Welcome back to The Good Talk, our post-game recap and Q&A show where we discuss the game that we just played and answer all your burning questions, both Warhammer and otherwise. We just came off of an exciting and historic game between the forces of the Thousand Suns and the Ultramarines. We, of course, are using the brand new updates in the form of the Nephilim GT pack, the updated points pack, the balance update, and that's actually it.
But that was a lot.
It was a lot, and it was a ton of fun. So if you haven't watched that, do turn around right now, because we're going to spoil the heckins out of that. Or, maybe tune in about 10 minutes when we talk about Nephilim and Necrons. So, good game?
Yeah, it was,
Weird game.
It was crazy. I definitely felt Gilliman be cheaper, which is weird to say, but having 80 more points is like almost a squad of intercessors.
You had so much army?
I did.
It was crazy.
I had a lot of army.
Yeah.
And it's not like you weren't good at removing the models.
Mm-hmm.
I think partially you rolled very badly early.
Yeah.
So you were ineffective in the first few rounds at removing models. So it felt like that just kind of has a ripple effect, of course, across the whole game that I just have a lot of models.
Yeah.
But like Gilman slaps, he's definitely worth 300 points. Not even a question.
Yeah.
I think
So.
if you turn him into a normal chapter master with his combat stats, he still might even be worth 300 points.
Interesting.
Because a normal chapter master is like 180.
Right, that's
Is
true.
my mic? It looks like my mic is off.
Is it turned up over there?
We don't have any.
Hello.
We have levels.
Hello.
I see at least one slider at the bottom.
Here you go. Alsus.
What?
You can use this guy.
Hi, chat.
Yeah,
Hey,
your
chat.
slider is literally, yeah.
Yeah, I think my slider's all the way
My
down.
bad.
Hey, chat. How's it going? So what I was saying was, Gilliman, it's really good. His points decreases. Oh, now you can hear me twice.
Oh,
Hello, chat.
so deep and
Hey.
sultry.
Double bridger. I'm going to give Zach his mic back.
Oh,
Okay, so Gilliman, 300 points. It's a bargain. It's a steal.
It really is.
You get a lot more army for him to force multiply.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great. But also, I was saying, I think even if he was a normal chapter master at 300 points, he would be amazing. Because a chapter master, as it stands, is like 150 with terrible combat.
Yeah,
Gilliman hits like a truck
yeah,
and then gets up and continues rolling.
yeah.
And like he's amazing.
I think he's great. People are so critical. You know, they try to compare him to Morphin Vol, which is partially fair, but also not. Like, she is a beat stick in a different way, and she gives a very targeted buff, where he gives a buff to literally almost everything. Look, if he was a Necron, everything in the whole army would get rerolls to hit. Because it's all sorry.
Does he?
But he
does
is a
buff
Space Marine.
Necrons? Does he buff?
I think he
he actually
buffs
buffs Necrons.
Well, he is a Space Marine, and all Space Marines are core, so he
Yeah.
kind of is like a
Yeah,
Necron.
exactly. And it's great. It's so strong. And he's a beat, like everything you said. I just agree, 100%.
Now, I will say the Ultramarine secondary is poo.
Did you take it?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
I was like, I don't
Very not
remember you
good.
taking it.
You have to do an action on objectives outside your deployment zone. The action finishes in your next command phase, and even then, you only get like 4 points.
Yeah.
And you can only do it on each objective that's not in your deployment zone once. So it's like triple whammy of bad things. It's once per objective, outside your deployment zone, ends in your next command phase.
It's just like
And if you
this-
take away any one of those, it might be okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because there's plenty of secondaries in this new book that function like that. Yeah. It's just too harsh, and you just count the number of missions where you can even get a reasonable number of points, and it's just like not interesting, which is a bummer. Shock tactics, or shock.
It's good when your opponent plays the game.
And you know what? I actually, talking about mistakes, I actually could have given you no points for that.
Yes,
It was
I
very
think,
silly.
funny enough, I don't think we ever had to fight each other, and you just win.
Yes.
If you stand behind those two buildings for the whole game,
Yeah.
you just win.
Yeah.
Because you'll get your 44 primary. You can just cast spells without targets, so you'll get more than me on that. You can do your action on 2 objectives and get 8, which beats my
No, 6.
6, which beats my. Well, I have a couple of zeros, so you can just sit behind buildings and win the game. And my 1 point primary lead for playing for the middle
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Which is crazy. And I only realized that by the later half of the game, once I frankly had lost my hammers. And we both realized, frankly, that I didn't need them. What was the point? Oh, right, the trading thing. right? And you have to really think twice. You're going to have to think twice against Chaos Space Marines. This is not a spoiler because it's currently in the Nephilim book. Actually, it's the one that's always been in there, which is...
The secondary?
It's the same thing. It's basically 2 points
The
for
long
taking an
war.
objective back, long war, and 1 for killing each thing.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, actually. If your opponents aren't taking things, so on these missions where, you can't take the primary missions for granted, which we both did. We both assumed we actually had to play
Had to play the game?
But there's a few.
Which is it's a safe assumption.
Yeah, this is actually all kind of a complaint, right? This is actually a gripe about
Yeah, I think
some of the
bad
primary-
mission design.
Yeah,
If you basically never have to leave your deployment zone,
Yeah.
not a good mission.
yeah, exactly. Now, if you were able to make a push into my priority target, which arguably, if I hadn't done that, then you could have, but it's all very abstract. Right?
Yeah, it's
But then that point
I
was
would
worth 7 points, basically.
putting my neck out. Like, we have the same amount of army, and I have to extend into the midfield, and I have to go really fast to actually get to your...
Yeah.
So I have to pretty much just put myself out there,
Yeah.
take a bunch of psychic. Now I have less army than you, and I have to engage your full army with my less than full army. Probably don't even win that engagement.
Yeah, it's weird. This is actually a complaint I have about Thousand Suns in general. I thought Nephilim might have...
Made them more interactive?
Yeah?
No.
But no.
No.
Especially because you can take multiple of their other secondaries that are like, hey, we're going to do our stuff.
Yeah.
And you just like do your thing,
Yeah, it's like Grey Knights with their super non-interactive secondaries, but Chaos.
Oh. I actually don't know what they have beyond their normal ritual one, but yeah, it's probably the same too.
That's all you really need.
Well, the interesting thing is that all these psychic ones, they're in different categories now.
Right.
There's another psychic one that's also not in Warcraft.
Interesting.
Now, what I
I think
will
is
say
mostly good, but
about Thousand Suns is Wrath of Magnus you can't always take. You can only take it if they have a psychic.
true.
And if you can't take Wrath of Magnus, you will have to take one interactive secondary.
Yeah, because it's no mercy, no respite. Yeah. I think it's better. Look, you can't take To the Last. You can't take Stranglehold.
Yeah.
Stranglehold, I know arguably is interactive, but let me tell you, when you're playing Thousand Suns, it's not.
It's minimally interactive,
It's minimally, yeah.
which is more than Wrath of Magnus.
Wrath of Magnus is really good.
It's a 0 interaction spell,
Yeah.
or secondary.
Yeah, it's really, really good. So, well, MVPs?
Gilman.
Yeah.
If he got back up, I think I win the game.
I wasn't being whiny when I said that. I was literally like, if he gets up, I am done.
Yeah.
Because he was the right tool and also at the right spot.
Does he get back up on full wound?
On a 4-up with
No,
D6 wins.
D6.
D6.
Which is a lot.
Could be
Could be 6.
Could be 6?
could be 6.
Could be
Like
1.
if it's like 1 or 2, maybe you're okay with a smite or something. But
But I get a
Yeah.
turn. The ordering that it happened, I
Oh.
get a turn with him, which is what matters.
Which is what was the problem here. I was one mortal wound away from a massive swing.
Well, if he dies in Psychic, he would get up end of phase
And then I charged him
and be
kill
out of
him.
combat.
Magnus would be unlocked.
Oh, he loses Null Zone? Or sorry, he keeps Death Hex.
He
I don't know why I said lose, yeah.
But even then, at that point, it's like, Magnus is still hitting with a 3 damage weapon
Yeah?
with 8 attacks.
Yeah, it's down to 3-up invulns, which are very swingy. I failed all of them in this game.
Well, to be fair, they were 5-ups.
Oh, yeah. I did fail all the 5
But he would have Death Hex.
Right.
Yeah. So it was big. So that's the pacing with those kinds of characters. It's like, when do you kill them? When do they get back up? It's interesting. But yeah, Gilliman, 100%.
He's
what
amazing.
about you? Magnus? Was it Magnus?
Nah. Magnus was good, but he is, like Bridger said on Tuesday, kind of a liability.
Yeah.
And the Terminators, I messed up. I was, again, more aggressive than I needed to be.
Yeah.
And then usually Adrian.
I know,
Not
right?
an Adrian mistake.
It's
right?
because I'm used to fighting against the Thousand Suns, and in my mind they're invincible.
Right.
So, anyways, it's probably one of the characters. Honestly, it's either
The Athenian Scrolls guy.
that guy was
Yeah.
so good. I love him. It's probably him, the Exalted Sorcerer on disc, Rahadi, Athenian Scrolls. Such a good combo.
Athenian Scrolls still in Heresy? They were in Old Heresy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. It was
Zach, you can't quiz me on random
you better
Heresy.
get it together,
Look.
man.
come on.
There are 1,000 pages of rules.
There's literally going to be a test, by the way.
Yeah.
We can't write it, but actually we should write it.
You just flip to a random page and you're like, what's this?
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
I don't know.
We won't
like
look
when
it up
you-
at all. It'll be like this. He'll be like Athenian Scrolls. What does it do now? And you're like, you don't even know that it's not in the game.
What did it used to do?
Yeah, so actually I can tell you exactly what it did. You and it was part of the nerf that made Thousand Suns get really bad. Every squad could have it, everyone could have it, and you burned it to after you failed a psychic test to get a reroll, and you could only use it once per game.
Okay, it's possible that's still in the game, but it's
Yeah.
unlikely.
Okay.
Psychic works differently in New Horus Heresy. It's not. There's no psychic phase.
Mm-hmm.
It's just if you were gonna do a thing and you have a power that's like gonna make you better at that thing, you take a leadership test to do that power. That's it. And if you fail the leadership test, you take
Oh,
perils.
there's no psychic phase at all.
There's no psychic phase at all.
I'm curious actually. We're getting into Q&A here. A Q from me and an A hopefully from you two. What do you guys think about that? Because in some ways it's sort of
love it.
cool, and there's already things in both games that sort of do that. Like we know, Thousand Suns have like they're shooting this thing because it's magical, or they're doing
Right.
but it's just an attack. Like
I much prefer.
does it diminish like the magic or the psychic nature of?
No,
like,
it makes it so much cooler. It's like one of the things that people find very frustrating about magic phases in games that have a magic phase is like a couple of little models just do a ton of damage, and you're like, that doesn't feel right. It's not okay, right? Whereas when
yeah.
You're trying to sell
that's a
something out.
Sigmar thing too, though. I can't like I can look
It
at both of you.
No, it is
because it's
I
a,
play 40k and Sigmar.
it's a problem in both games.
I have thoughts. Yeah.
Whereas in
Yeah.
Horus Heresy, they literally have mind bullets. It's a shooting attack with a different gun, and there are different psychic attacks that have different profiles that are good against different things.
Yeah.
It feels less bad.
So this is a return to, again, the older way. I know it's different, but it is the return where there were no mortal wounds.
Right.
And they were just different profiles.
Yeah.
And frankly, I do miss this. And you've seen them kind of transition over time. Like Pink Horrors, for example.
Right.
Yes, they used to summon. Don't anybody say that. They had Flickering Fire, which was just a ton of shooting attack. And remember, there was like you'd spam out a lot of Flickering Fires. And it was a shooting profile, but it was a magic spell. And of course, with mortal wounds, they're like, well, everything's mortal wounds. Which on one hand, it can be good that it's a different level. It's a different thing entirely. It's not,
Yeah.
On the other hand, though, it's such a powerful tool, and the gradations are really unwieldy.
Right.
Well, you're
Right.
like even, and this is interesting because you're actually bringing mortal wounds into the equation.
Yes, because it is related to this
related,
thing
yeah.
where he's
Of
talking about
course.
magic being
Yeah.
powerful,
Right.
And it's powerful in a way that you can't necessarily always deal with and interact with.
So like in this way, litanies or in Sigmar priests prayers, like would you want that? Because I think the thing they're trying to show is that the thing they're trying to show is that it's very powerful,
Yeah,
but that it can go wrong, right?
yeah, it's less reliable.
It's less reliable. So do you want more powers like on a Thousand Sun Sorcerer? He has a
Right.
roll, and on a 4 he has like 2 spells. On a 4 this happens.
No.
And on a 3 this happens.
I don't,
Or-
because that can be very frustrating. And that was also part of the old magic too, frankly. I am a proponent of like normalizing them, and making them maybe basically less powerful, but
they
consistent.
just happen.
Yeah.
They can be cool, but they can be just like literally mind bullets. Like
Yeah.
it's a profile, And the thing with prayers is there's not many of them. Even if you're like a prairie army,
Yeah.
you're doing like a couple of them, right? Whereas spells, it's like
It's a lot, yeah.
I have to say I agree with you mostly, but I want to see a sorcerer like be able to walk up and pick one unit within 12 and they take a mortal wound. But then I want to see a sorcerer, or like they give this ability to Rubrics or Sigmar 2, whatever game. 1 or 2 that's like that. But I want to see like a delineation of like on a 4 up, this sorcerer can do D6 mortal wounds to a unit within 6, or like can make somebody.
So you want spikier gameplay?
I want some spikiness out of Magic.
Okay,
And-
they went the opposite direction.
in Heresy.
Yes, so they went from spells that could do absurd things, like invisibility. There was the spikiest possible, where it's like the spells were just on different. You could move
No.
terrain, right?
Yeah.
The spells were on different levels.
Thousand Suns had a large blast plate,
Right.
So they like came down, the turners came down, then you had to cast that thing, then you had to put it over, then you had to roll.
Yep.
And it was like strength 10 and ignored all armor. And if
Right.
it stuck, you just wiped out like your opponent's big Terminator
See,
squad.
that's dumb.
That is dumb. I agree.
So they went from that level of spikiness
Yeah.
to, okay, Conrad Curse has precognition. How do we put that into rules? How do we
That's
make
cool.
him kind of a psyker? Okay, well, every time he goes to fight, you can try to cast his power, and if it succeeds, he's slightly better in combat. And if he fails, he takes a couple of damage. And that's it. And they just like brought everything down,
Okay.
which balances both for Thousand Suns, who have 100 psychers,
Yeah.
and the regular dudes, who have a couple of psychers.
Chat, what do you think? I don't know. I guess I'm saying I want not what I just described or invisibility, like the big pie plate, but I want something that's like goes off on a 3 if it's like maybe D3 mortal wounds, or goes off on a 4 if it's like
Yeah.
I want something. I do want a little bit of spikiness out of magic because
Right. Without having seen this, it
Yeah.
feels a little dull.
exactly
Maybe it's fine for Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
But I would worry about them taking the magic out of magic.
exactly.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Thousand Suns rules. I'm curious to see how they work, but the mortal wounds aren't a thing in Horus Heresy, but there are ways to take wounds where you can only get an invuln, and those are spooky. Like, those are not, I don't know,
Yeah.
because you're treading in dangerous water.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
What are you doing, Zach?
Trying. Wait, our mouse.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly, right?
Well, it's not quite Q&A time yet, but it is
It's
mail time.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And this is a package from Siracus. So thank you, Siracus. We discussed this on Discord. So thank you, first of all. And I'm going to open this part first because I think it's funny. That sounds bad.
The bubble wrap is
I'm
funny?
not about to make fun of Siracus.
The bubble wrap is funny?
I should have brought over a knife.
We should have, yeah. Zach, do you want to...
Oh, it's
Are there
funny.
multiple things we
I'm
need to open?
kidding. It's embarrassing.
Do we need to open multiple of these?
Yes.
Should we get... Zach, can we get...
Yes.
We actually don't need this guy really anymore.
I'll hold it.
Oh, I got it.
I like holding things.
I got it.
No, there's two though.
We'll get it just to be
I just wanted to make him turn.
just to be safe.
That's horrible. Why would someone do that? Yes. All right. This is a teaser.
It's a teaser.
It's a teaser.
Like a mall teaser.
It's a flying base.
Whoa.
Okay. Am I excited? Flying base.
Oh, it's a flying base.
What do you think it is?
So that was you being funny.
Yeah, that's
Was you open the flying base
It's
first?
pretty funny.
It got extra funny when you couldn't open it. That's.
I think that was funnier
I
than
think
the
the
joke.
only part that made it funny
That
was,
was-
that you couldn't open it,
yeah.
and after all that, it was a flying base.
All right. Well, now I have to use this. All right. So what do you think it is? Could it be like a sailboat? Or
Yep. That's a whole sailboat,
ship?
but it's Mordekainen's sailboat, so it fits in a tiny little package,
Mordekainen.
and we're just gonna. Don't open it now, because we don't have room for a boat in here.
It's too big. It's like Magnus when he perils is on his size roll.
Size.
His size roll. Yeah.
How big is Magnus this turn?
Yeah, I love it. This is amazing, Siracus.
Oh,
So this
cool.
is Necron Destroyer Lord.
Oh,
It's the classic.
No, he's old school. Yeah, with the.
we don't have any destroyer lords,
But
do we?
We don't have an actual one, no.
but he's like a conversion because that sickle I think is like different, right? Is like newer.
Maybe. I can't tell.
Yeah.
So it's base coded, so it all looks very cohesive. So Siracus messaged me because he had actually got rid of all of his Necrons, except for this one. This is his like the last one. It was like the most personal.
Oh.
I think he might have said it was the first one, so he didn't want to get rid of it. And then thought, you know what, this would be a good home for it because we will use it. We will play it. Necrons.
Tuesday, when they win the vote, we'll play Siracus's destroyer
Yeah.
lord.
Well, I might have to paint it if we do that. But
Look, I'm
we'll
putting
paint
words in everybody's mouth tonight.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, I think there is some custom stuff on this plate, on this arm. This is awesome.
He's got a resorb.
Yeah, I love a little scarab.
Now, Sir Ruckus, did he choose to get rid of the Necrons before he knew about the changes?
Certainly, because you sent this to me like a week ago. So
Okay.
look, if you want it back, too late.
Yeah. Well, this is the least of his worries.
Well, we
If
have
he-
the return address.
We do. Good thing though, it's not a vehicle. So that's still not core.
Still not core.
So why do we even have this guy? Again, thank you, Sir Ruckus. Appreciate it. Big shout out. There it is.
Are we ready to take some questions?
I think we are.
Are you using your phone?
Yeah, I'm going to read off my phone. The mouse is being a little
That's fair.
being a little iffy.
That's fair.
Thank you, Nathan. Nathaniel, hello from Virginia. You guys embody friendly competitive play, and it makes me want to turn my basement into a local tournament spot for my friends.
Yes.
Necron parking lot is back. Wah! And dial-up.
One dial-up.
Because it's a Necron wah, I think. You should turn your basement, if you can do that, if that's like a thing you can actually do, Nathaniel, you should absolutely get some nice tables down there and turn
For
your basement.
tournament? That's a big basement.
Just like,
This is
just
a
like
mid-
small, for his friends.
This is a house in the Midwest, is what I'm sensing here.
It's
Just-
Virginia.
Or Texas. Could be
It's
Texas.
Virginia.
It's Virginia. He started with that.
Yeah. That could go
I was
either way.
distracted by trying to communicate to you that your mic was low.
My mic was actually upside down.
Virginia could go either way. Virginia can kind of be like a northeastern state. It can be a southern state, and it
Right.
can almost even be like an Appalachian state. Like
Yeah.
not
I
quite Midwest.
don't think they'll have large basements in Virginia.
They could. No, they
could.
could.
They could?
Some
Like
areas
down-
of
like down
Virginia
Richmond or-
can be
Well,
more
like
rural.
a mansion? We talking a mansion
I mean,
here?
I'm sure there are mansions in Virginia.
I
Yes.
had a friend who had a government gig, and he lived in Northern Virginia in Fairfax, and he lived in a basement. And it was at least the size of our studio.
Yeah, but that's Northern Virginia. That's different.
Well, he didn't specify.
Well, Northern Virginia is like DC area. It's pretty rich.
Yeah.
It's pretty swank.
Uh-huh.
A lot of mansions.
Oh my God! It doesn't have to be a mansion. It just be a big house. Actually, it could just be a regular house with a basement.
Yeah, it could be a regular house with a basement. And Nathaniel, you should do that, even if it's just 3 tables, 2 tables, and you guys just play down there. That's good fun.
You 100% should. It's
Yeah.
one of the things that we wanted to do in this space was make it a place that we could just come and hang out, and like we do that. We'll have game days, and this is actually from older traditions, right? We have Nick who would host game days at his work. Jeff would also have every Tuesday. Everyone would go over. We would play. We would set up literally like boards on top of couches and stuff. We get a couple games going, and it was just great to like have this kind of community, this hang. Everyone would come hang out, order pizza.
Yeah.
It was great, and so yeah, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Oh. Why don't we-
Thank.
That's probably
Just
fine.
dropped. Yeah.
It's probably fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thank you, Nurgle Matthew.
Oh, hey, what's up?
The legend.
He says yes. Charity Hammer weekend.
Oh, that's this weekend, isn't it?
Oh,
Does that start? Is that right now?
I don't know.
We should know.
So we ended up not being able to go this year. So
But Jesse went in our stead.
in our stead, we officially sent Jesse.
It's not official that he's in our stead, but he went, and we will claim that we sent him.
Yeah, we sent Jesse.
So if Jesse does well, it's because of us.
You think he'll fight John Lennon like you did? That was legendary.
Was it?
It was legendary. Everyone, the
I was-
whole world was watching.
I was the underdog in that fight.
Yeah,
I was
thought it
a
was so cool.
I was a scrappy underdog.
Made him sweat.
I don't know. I sometimes I think back to that, and I think he had just never seen somebody pilot Custodes in a like halfway decent way. So when I piloted them in a literally halfway decent way,
Yeah.
he was just unexpected. He didn't expect me to take the risks that I took. They paid off, and then he was like, "Oh wow, I guess you could take crazy risks and it could pay off."
I thought you were going a different direction.
And then he just beat me, and I was like, "Darn."
You know who the greatest swordsman in the world fears?
Himself.
The worst swordsman in the world. Because you can't predict anything they're going to do.
Yeah.
Anyways, Charity Hammer is an awesome event. Obviously, it's for charity, and it's really cool. You should go donate. They raised over $40,000 last year.
Yeah,
$40K
big.
dollars.
40K?
JT
For
McDowell
40K?
shaved his head, and that's related. It's cool. Go check it out. They do awesome work, and it's a lot of fun to follow.
You should check out Charity Hammer. Yeah. It was,
We'll get some links up throughout the week, like weekend and stuff like that, especially if it's happening. So.
And they're playing with Nephilim, big changes. They're playing with point changes, which seems challenging because people flew in with armies. I don't know how they're doing that, but yeah. They do have a lot of locals who have collections that they could
Yeah,
mix in.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you, Broken Chef. So what level of excitement is Adrian and Bridger at the new General's Handbook coming? Several things have released, and I like the changes. John is a fiend.
I'm so excited to play 6 Magnum Draws anyway.
Oh my God.
Because I think people are going to overreact to... Okay, so what is in the new General's Handbook?
Yeah.
There's this monsters are out, battle line are in with 4 or less wounds. They're like the thing that this season is about, and you can make them veterans when they're battle line with 4 or fewer wounds per model, right?
They're
And-
all
and not
veterans.
cavalry.
Galatian veterans.
Yeah.
They're all Galatian
And
veterans.
yeah.
They can't be mounted.
Not mounted.
No.
Can't be eaten.
And so there's some cool stuff, like Galatian War veterans can count as 3 models on objectives. You can put people in detachments that give them +1 damage against Galatian War veterans. The way that you hold objectives is a little different with veterans depending on the mission. So there's some really cool stuff about veterans. And everybody's like, oh, it's hordes. It's horde. We went from monsters to hordes. We're just going to play hordes. And I really want everybody to overreact and just run like 300 clan rats. And then I will come in with 6 Magmadroths, and I will breathe fire on them, and I will sweep my tail on them, and I will take the table. They won't get +1 damage against me because I'm not veterans. I won't hold objectives, but I will just kill them. And a lot of the new battle tactics, the secondaries, revolve around killing your opponent's veterans or taking an objective that was held by your opponent's veterans. There's not very much in terms of battle tactics to play against somebody who doesn't have veterans.
Yeah, monsters are in sort of a weird place in that they're going to be good because most monsters are good, but the game isn't really about them anymore. They still have monstrous action, I think, like the stomp and everything.
Of course, yeah.
But it'll be kind of weird to.
And Hunters of the Heartland is gone, so you can be roaring and stomping people.
Oh, thank God. That was so annoying. But the core battalions, I think, are way more important than they were the last season. It feels like they're so mandatory. The +1 damage, the counting is 3 models, so huge. We've been like discussing this at length since the book came out, or pre-order or whatever. It's changed the whole world on its head, and we've been like theorizing what works, what doesn't work. Yeah. It's very exciting.
I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Thank you, Broken Chef, and thank you, Cody. Earlier we were talking about Rogel. No, we were talking about sleeping in shoes, and Cody says Rogel Dorn would sleep in shoes.
He would.
Is this actually a super chat?
Yeah,
He would sleep standing up.
No,
in shoes.
and then they'd be like, Rogel, why do you sleep in your shoes? Because I'm going to put them on anyway when I get up. Like, it's just quicker this way.
I have to be ready in case there's a fire or somebody invades Terra, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
He definitely lives in his armor and sleeps standing up.
But he does it in like a cool voice, but not like a dumb voice like that.
I don't care what his voice is. He sleeps standing up in his armor.
That's all I asked
Fact.
Here's the other thing, though. You also know...
Gasp, did you hear his double gasp? He went,
like, you know that he also sleeps in like the old-fashioned, like full button-up, like
with the hat.
with the hat.
with the hat.
Yeah.
I tried to
And
make
then,
a
like, when
rumor
he
up that
sleeps, he goes-
Brian. I tried to make a rumor up that Brian wore that to sleep.
When he's vacationing, he does. When he's off duty,
Yeah.
he's definitely full, and he's got a candle.
And the butt
No
flap?
reason for a candle.
what?
The like butt flap thing that you unbutton
butt flap.
the
So-
back.
So that you can go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And for the Brian thing, he either 100% sleeps like that or completely nude.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he's
There's
not
no
wrong.
in between.
That's definitely the only 2 options.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you ever shared a room
We've
with Brian?
actually made Zach very uncomfortable.
I actually almost did. And it was...
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, on the boat in Gibraltar,
The boat,
you
yeah. I
almost
would've-
shared.
Oh, that's a small room, huh?
So not only was it a small room, it was very romantic.
It was a window into the showers.
Wait, really? Like the Rio? That's what the Rio had.
it gets worse.
It was the whole closet is a window into the bathroom.
Then, well, the bathroom was just open. Oh yeah, you open up the closet, the like coat closet, and the back of the coat closet is actually just a transparent wall into the bathroom. And you're like, that's cool. You could just not do that. And then I go around and I'm like, there's the bathroom on the right, and I'm like, where's the door? There's no door to close the bathroom. It's just completely open. There is a door around the toilet though. It's like contained.
Yeah.
But it's transparent. It's glass.
Nice.
So you're just washing up. You're just seeing someone on the toilet. And look, Brian ended up not being able to go, which I'm kind of sad in a way because I feel like I would have learned things about
I
both
mean,
of us.
listen, I'm just going to let you know, folks, that if I'm ever in a situation like that with you, there's going to be mandatory.
You did offer to stay at a hotel at Old Town Showdown.
Together?
I did.
You did.
I
like,
did.
Like
He said
like
it.
2 in 1 room?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And I immediately accepted. I don't even know if I'm going, but I immediately accepted.
Wow.
I
I'll put the deposit down if I have to.
I'm learning a lot
You
about
don't-
both of you right
because
now.
I'm happy to get the hotel and not have you. But if it helps you, I don't want you to have to get your own hotel room because I know that I'm being extra. But if we go in that hotel room and there's a
Could be some
shower
ground rules.
and there's a window into the shower, I'm just going to be like, well, looks like I'm buying a second hotel room. You can have this one, Adrian, on me.
I'd be like, Dad, can you just check on me, make sure if I'm quiet for too long, make sure I didn't like fall and like hit my head. It'd be dangerous. I'm just saying.
Not sharing a room with any kind of weird window.
But it was
Like it bugs with the Brian emoji. The yeah.
it was very over the top in Gibraltar. Like it was
cool.
the number of things about that room that were creepy if viewed from a different perspective.
The lighting.
Dozens.
It was very.
There was so much underlighting where like there was lighting on the bottom of everything, so you could turn off the lights for the room, but there's this like ambient glow.
You know, we should move on from this, but I will say this. Megan and I had a cross-country trip one time, and we went to this hotel room, and Meg was like, oh, at this place, it was like in New Mexico, she's like, at this place I booked like this really cute room for us and stuff.
Yeah.
And we went in, and what made it cute was that you're in the bathroom, like literally, let's say here's the toilet. There is an opening cut out of the bathroom that let the person sitting on the toilet look out and watch the TV. On the other side of the wall, on the other side of the wall, right here is the bed, like this. You could, and I'm just like, Megan and I were just like, you know what? I don't know if this is from a different bygone era, but who wants this? This isn't romantic.
No, it's the opposite of romantic.
I can't wait to get a room with my husband so he can go sit on the toilet and we can keep watching Cops.
It's classy when you put a glass cage around it.
It's still not. No, that's my point. It's still not. Like
No,
you're
it's
saying
a glass
romantic?
cage and a one-way mirror. That's what makes it classy.
What?
The one-way mirror makes it very classy.
Where does the mirror go? Though?
Into the bathroom. You were there.
Yeah.
Insane. All of this is insane. This is not romantic. This is crazy.
Oh, it's so bad.
Anyway,
It
Megan and
makes
I were
me
like,
sad more than anything else because you know there are some people that are like, yes, it's so nice.
I don't want to judge. I don't want to kink shame.
just makes
Megan
me
and
sad.
Megan and I walked into that room and we were like, well, guess we're getting another room. And we went up and we were like, hey, we don't want that. And the girl working there was like kind of our age. She's like, yeah, a lot of people aren't into that.
Look, if you're into that, it's fine. But I think it's just a practical thing. They're just like, yeah, look, I'm going to have to be on the toilet for like 10 hours anyways. Might as well watch Cops. That's the way I imagine it.
Also, it was before people had phones.
Okay, that actually makes the whole thing fine.
Now it's okay. They had books, but okay, anyway.
No.
No, I think that actually does. Not to belabor the point.
You're like, actually,
that does change
Ever since we had
absolutely
like,
everything.
It literally does. Because like, look, I actually don't know what's inside my shampoo anymore ever since we had phones.
used to read the shampoo bottle. And
Yeah.
stuff.
When anything you could find. Literally anything. You never did that?
No,
Yeah, sure.
I just went to the bathroom and then
You just sat there?
was
for,
done. Like
10
I didn't.
hours?
Well, I guess we had different bathroom experiences. I didn't really spend that much time in the bathroom when phones didn't exist.
My brother used to take Game of Thrones. It was horrible.
The books?
The books. And he would just sit, it would just be like, that's not even, you're not
So
even trying.
the
at this point.
bathroom in the Phillips household was just occupied 24/7. You pretty much needed reservations to get
It's also
seated.
a family of 6.
Yeah, 4 boys.
There's definitely a schedule.
Yeah, kind of. Anyways,
Well, thank you, Phil House. A couple of really nice change of pace here. Nice super chats. Not that Rogue Dorman's sleeping shoes wasn't nice. Thank you, Cody, again. Phil House says, what up, Titan fam?
Hey.
Just want to say thanks from Australia for everything you do. You helped me learn the game of Warhammer, and especially Bridger for showing me the way of the Golden Boys 7.
7.
Thanks so much. We
Yeah,
appreciate
gotta
it.
make the 9s. That's the way of the Golden Boys. 4 up in bombs. Make all those.
And make your 9.
And make your 9-inch deep strike charges. And then you can't lose. That's actually, it's in the rulebook.
Yeah, it actually does say that. It's true.
Yeah.
All right, now I know you guys aren't going to believe this is a super chat, but it is a super chat. Thank you, Better Gaming Every Day. The super chat is strictly to let Zach know that he's hilarious with shade and sass that he throws around each stream. I actually think I'm the nicest Titan. Not all heroes wear capes. The banter keeps me coming back. Thanks, fellas. I see you checking to see that this is
No, I'm not checking. I really need to lean in to let you know. You're competing with John for nicest Titan. Just putting that out there. You think you beat out John?
No.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page there.
No, I'm probably the...
Especially because this super chat is about throwing shade.
It is.
And that you do it every episode.
And I do it every episode.
You do. Yeah, you used to be the hot take guy. You were
Used
trying to
to be.
compete with me
I-
for hot takes, and I haven't heard a Zach hot take in ages.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
should
feel
watch
like
the show more.
I think my hot takes are not hot takes. Like,
Well, obviously.
yeah, I guess that's. Sometimes you can tell when one's coming. Okay, here we go.
I do love Zach humor. It just
It's great
absolutely
humor.
kills me.
And you should see Zach off camera, because he dials it up. Zach dials it down on camera for some
He
reason.
does, and we're like, stop that. Do the thing.
We
like,
want
make us do the
full Zach.
make us laugh, funny man.
Turned up to 11.
Yeah. Come on, make me laugh, funny guy. What is that from? What is that from?
Well, there's a cartoon, which is a meme.
No,
of Bridger
it's a
saying it.
Will Ferrell thing. They're like, this is the funny guy. Make me laugh. Like, come on.
Oh, yeah.
What
yeah.
is this? What movie is this?
I don't
know.
He's made a lot of movies that are all pretty much the
knows
same.
this. Yeah, but they're all like that. Okay. Thank you, Three Amigos Studio.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Someone's gonna tell us who this is. The thing I'm talking about. Okay. Moment of silence for Nids.
Stupid trivia.
My Death Skulls, Mad Max, Squig riding triple rigs Wah is back.
Yes.
My centerpiece is a unit of 5 knobs with big choppas. What are some of your favorite iconic units that just look good?
Oh.
Now, do you think he means they just look good, like they're not
Yes.
good otherwise?
Correct.
Oh. Well, now I can't say Necron vehicles anymore.
You could probably still say the
Probably still
Tesseract
could.
Arc. Vault.
Yeah.
The lampshade.
Oh, that is cool.
Looks very cool.
It's really cool.
Looks amazing. One of the hardest models to even properly play with,
Yeah.
because it moves less than the size of the model.
I'm thinking of some different factions right now.
Yeah.
I honestly, they've been intermittently like weirdly spiky good, but I actually really do like the way that a Firesight Marksman and Sniper drones look.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have like previous edition, they were separated and they put them back together again, which I think is
really?
yeah. It doesn't look like
Yeah.
it because it's like at different spots in the book, but they are back
You
together.
can only take sniper drones if you have a...
yeah, and
That's
I
cool.
don't think you can take more than 3 per Firesight Marksman.
What?
You get.
What
but
do all the
they're-
people who own 27 sniper drones do?
Well, yeah, those.
Hopefully they stop playing Warhammer.
Well, you could only buy. Yeah. You could only. Well.
You
people
could
have
only
other
get
ways.
3 sniper drones with
come
a
in.
fire sight. They came together.
That's how they came, but
They're
of course,
metal.
you know,
You
there's
could-
printing and stuff.
You could use them as nails to build a house. They were metal and nail shaped.
But when you honestly like, 1 per 3 doesn't look cool. Like one guy
true.
there with like 9 around him though, it looks pretty cool, and it's
does
like.
look cool.
Looks more intimidating.
It's intimidating, and this guy's like in this little computer world, and he's like playing with his drones, and like shoot him,
That's
like using
when the first time I met
so
Brett,
messed up.
I met him at a tournament, and he had like
mine. He had mine.
he had yours.
Yeah, he could
oh.
borrow
and he's
mine.
like, this is what they do, and I was like, oh, okay. And then they didn't do anything.
yeah, they
Yeah.
never do. Never do the thing. There was a strat to give him +1 to hit and wound.
That's right. Yeah.
so bad.
Doesn't matter.
So bad.
Okay. Look, couple orc ones, obviously. Burn Boys, classic.
Yeah.
Even harkening back to the metal one that they modeled after for the Dawn of War 1 trailer, the cigar, and obviously the Gargantuan Squiggoth. So that's a couple for me.
Alaris Terminators.
Oh yeah, they just look good.
They just look good now. They look amazing on the shelf.
Yeah, they are really cool.
Yeah.
Zach?
Wait, I
He
just-
gave his answer.
sniper drone.
Oh, yeah.
Sniper. We going again? Oh, here's one.
Yeah.
It's literally never been good. Actually, I can give you 2 quick ones. Literally, both these units have never been good
Wow.
since their release.
Okay.
Both of the Tau Codex Flyers, the Sun Shark,
Yep.
and they look the
Sun Shark Bomber and the
Razor Shark.
Razor Shark?
Razor Shark. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
I have
spoken.
4 of them. I had 4 of them painted in my old Tau scheme at one point.
Aren't they in
And-
that tub over there?
Yeah, some of them. And I will say it was kind of crazy. Actually, I played 4 of them one time.
I have some in
And-
highlighter green if you want.
And the list I took was like it actually got good when you took 4 of them because they were just always. This was like 7th ed.
Sounds like a
though.
Zach
It was,
thing.
Yeah.
Were you playing where there was dogfighting on a separate board? Is that what made them good?
Oh
The
man.
requirement of having them is that what made them good?
And then the other was Tyranid Tyrannocyte. Megan was talking about this on Hobby Times yesterday. The transport thing.
The drop pod?
I don't
yeah.
know that it's never been good. It's actually has
Oh
moments.
yeah, it had a lot of shots.
been good
that-
for a while.
It still does. But is it
Occasionally.
good now? Is it good in the new book? I haven't heard any buzz about it.
Nah. There was one guy that spammed him out. and like did it at one event.
Okay.
And it was one of the people like, oh, is this a thing? And then never got
Nobody,
repeated.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like, no, it's
Because
not.
then you'd have to.
Well, the
own a bunch of
model is a
them.
nightmare to deal with.
Yeah, I
It's a
imagine.
it's a nightmare to build.
I still
and
wish you
interact
didn't
with.
have to deep strike it. Like, I wish it was just basically a Tyranid transport.
Oh man, now that we're talking about
Like
this,
it walks. Like it walks.
I'm thinking
float.
like the Charybdis. Yeah, like the Charybdis.
It does float.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking about a bunch of like Forge World stuff, which most of Forge World, to be
Charybdis
honest.
is good though.
Yeah.
It's good actually.
What about the Dreadclaw?
Sorry, the Dreadclaw is good.
Right. The Charybdis is
Charybdis
bad. The
is-
Charybdis is a gigantic one.
It's
isn't
not currently good. Yeah.
We have those for Night Lords, both of those.
Yeah.
it? We do.
Andrew.
I'll bet they're good in
painted
Heresy.
those.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
Oh. Tell you tomorrow.
And tell us what Athenian
You'll
scrolls
probably
do.
tell us tonight.
That and Athenian scrolls.
I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna be poring over the pages
Your
trying to
textbooks.
find the Charybdis.
It's gonna be a test.
Thank you, Three Amigos Studio, and thank you, Rob Mitchell. What do you think of Eliminators with last few souls now that the upgrade is free? 75 points for the unit seems interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is this years later the first time people will play Last Fusils?
Probably, yeah.
That's wild.
75 points.
I
They're
don't
3
even
damage.
remember what they do.
They're like
Are they
high-
strength 9?
They're 8 or 9.
Because like
I-
blast cannons are 9. So if
But they're baby blast cannons.
but flat 3 damage was better than normal blast cannons.
Yeah.
So
Frankly.
I'll take it.
I'm kind of into it, to be honest.
They're not elites, are they?
No, they're heavy sport.
What?
Yep.
Eliminators are
Yeah, it's actually a real pain.
what?
Yep. Or at least it used to be.
Oh, there they are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Last Fusils, strength 8, AP 3, 3 damage. One shot.
1 kill.
I still think the utility of move, shoot, move with the instigator bolt carbine on the sergeant, and then doing that in Overwatch.
Would you take two of these and then him?
I don't think you can. You can't mix and match, can you?
Yeah. I think you can.
All right, time to reopen it. Back into the pages.
It begs the question, because it's like, if they were ever interesting, it would be now, right? I like them with Ultramarines, frankly, because you can move and shoot without penalty.
All the eliminators in the unit can have their bolt sniper rifle replaced with one Last Fusil each. Separately, the sergeant's bolt sniper rifle can be replaced with one of the following.
That's
So
weird.
I think if you choose Last Fusils on the squad, they all have to take it. But it says can.
Well, the awkward thing
You
is,
can't mix and match. I know that. You can't have like one regular guy with a bolt rifle and one regular guy with a Last Fusil.
that's clear. But can you first swap his weapon out with the special one?
And then he doesn't
then-
have a bolt sniper rifle to switch out? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think that's legal.
I haven't
See
been
what Battle Scribe
using,
lets you do.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I haven't been using the 40K app a lot.
Oh, don't use that for that.
Well, yeah, does that catch those things?
It doesn't catch most things.
Okay.
So-
But Battlescribe does usually, right?
They have done, lately, yeah.
Okay.
I'm normally an old curmudgeon where like, oh, you can't trust Battlescribe, but like, for most things you
They've
can.
gotten pretty good.
So I think it's interesting. I don't know if it's like crazy, but for sure interesting, especially for certain chapters.
Well, if you're doing the Vanguard detachment, the spearhead, Vanguard spearhead,
Okay.
Last Fusils are one of your only shooting anti-tanks. So that's their home.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's not. I don't even think it's a question. You take it in that army.
It's just tough because the snipers are also just good, like interesting nowadays.
They are good,
Imagine if you had snipers this game.
but you have. Yeah. Imagine if that Stalker Bolt strategy
Yeah.
was still in the
I
game.
can't believe you. I want someone to clip both times Bridget did that
Within
within days. That was crazy. I was like, what is that?
Look,
Anyways,
8th was my first edition. Okay, I'm probably never gonna forget the majority of the rules for 8th edition.
it's fair. You're gonna
It's
be
just with me forever.
on your deathbed.
Can you still use the Stalker Sniper?
Bridget, that strat died 7 decades
The
ago.
assault
Also,
bolters.
you're gonna live to be 100.
They auto hit within 12, and then I die.
Like, what is he talking about?
People in chat are saying you can mix and match. The sergeant
Okay.
can take instigator, and the 2 can take last. I think that's interesting. And then when you're shooting to actually shoot, the sergeant doesn't shoot and gives them +1 to hit and wound.
No, it's
And-
not a thing anymore. That's also. I missed that one. I loved doing that.
I have nothing of value to add to this conversation. I'm out.
Oh man, I love Eliminator. They're so cool. They lost so much in the new book, and I tried to be like, oh, it's fine, but like they really lost a lot.
Well, it's weird because they're paying for Raven Guard being too good. Well, really, Raptors being too good.
No, they were good, man.
They were good.
Even
they
that-
were also good as Iron Hands.
Yeah,
And
Iron
fists.
Hands.
Because they're bolt weapons
Yeah.
that explode.
And they were indirect. And you just spammed indirect.
And you would get the mortal wounds on 5s.
Yeah. No, it was good.
They were really
They were good in a lot of factions.
They were great.
You're right.
It's just a gun that you just like shot up into the air and then it
Well, they were
just,
seeker rounds.
I think they. Yeah, we all had 3 different. So you think they shoot up and over? You think that the bullets are homing, and I thought they just
Yes.
shot through the walls. So I don't know what it is.
I'm picturing that like South Park where that alien comes down and like he has a gun and he can just shoot it anywhere.
Yeah.
so it's
Exactly.
Baby Fark McGee's axe that he's like shooting.
it's already canonical that bolt rounds are missiles. They're self-propelled.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just thought they were like smart missiles. Like they just
Oh, Down smart missiles aren't that good.
Yeah.
that was my
How
head.
much fuel do you think they have, though?
I don't know. How much that's made it's a magic
It's got to be Promethean.
bolt round. I don't know.
That's
It's all
very
made
fuel.
up. We're the 41st millennium, dude.
They pour gas into each one. They
Shoot.
gas them
Yeah.
up. They gas up their
Gas them up.
gas
Gas up your
bolter.
rounds.
You definitely put gas in the bolter.
not in the individual bullet that you then. They're just standing in bushes, just shooting up into the air. Go get that cadre fireblade. All right, thank you, Sea Druids. Bridger, this one's for you.
Okay.
Bridger, how do you feel about the idea of incursors instead of infiltrators in the list tonight? Cheaper and do about the same thing. Ignore cover.
Funny story.
Yeah.
The one thing they did do was screen, and they screened within 12, not within 9. So the fact they were infiltrators was relevant, and I was never going to charge them.
It was actually highly relevant because if those were incursors, 100%, I would just teleport in the back. Yeah. Because it was also tough for you to reach there. Yeah.
Because I
great.
knew I had to hold 2 objectives in my backfield, and I had to leave with the rest of my army.
Yep.
So infiltrators held down one flank, and then, honestly, weirdly enough, the eradicators had nothing to do for the majority of the game.
But
and
they
they
did
just
have a
screened
relic
out.
weapon.
Look, I stand by it. I think it was good. What was I going to do with one more command point?
Sounds
Remove a building with 1 command point? I don't think so. I ended that game with like 7 command points. It didn't matter.
We both like crept up, like we burned them, and then it just kind of built up the rest of the game.
It's kind of interesting. Like we're building lists that don't need as many command points
Yes.
immediately. Everybody's doing that, but like we almost have overreacted because
Probably, yeah.
I didn't catch Tuesday's game, but our game Saturday and Thursday we've been ending with like too much CP.
Yeah.
I think it's healthier. I think like people are not doing stupid things anymore, right? The goal of the Nephilim change was to get you to build normal armies, don't Death Star, just play the game, and I think it's working.
Interesting. And thank you, Adrian Smart. Hi, Titans. Hope you're all well. Question for you. What's the best Relic Terminator loadout for Black Templars? I have 30 Shooty Terminators and 30 Assault Terminators, 20 with Thunderhammer Storm Shield, and 10 with Lightning Claws. Thoughts?
Say what they have again? Sorry.
Okay, they have 30 Shooty and 30 Assault Terminators. This is a lot of Terminators, actually. This
lot.
is 60 Terminators. Of the Assault
It's Templars,
Terminators...
though, right?
Of the Assault Terminators, 20 have Thunderhammer, Storm Shield, 10 have Lightning Claw.
I think the Lightning Claws are more interesting at the moment. The Storm Shield means you don't get Armor of Contempt, which gives you 1 better invuln, but that's it. That's pretty much, the Storm Shield is just giving you 1 better invuln, because the +1 save is negated by Armor of Contempt. And Thunderhammers are only AP 2, which goes down to 1 against Armor of Contempt, which means against other Terminators, Thunderhammers do almost nothing. So I think Lightning Claws are more interesting for Assault. Shooty, they just have Power Fist and Bolter, right? That's all they can ever have.
For that one?
Oh, I guess you can have a heavy weapon for 1 per 5, and you can put missile racks on them.
Yeah. Which are interesting. If you're going to do blocks of 10, they're interesting.
Yeah.
Doing 5s, I wouldn't pay for it. But on 10s, especially if your list is largely comprised of these, gives you some shooting, it's a bit varied. You know, it's kind of the thing that Dark Angels are known for, but I think if you're going to go all in on that on Black Templars, then that's also what works for them as well. But I totally agree with that loadout.
Yeah. So you get, being Templars, you get a 5-up Feel No Pain against Mortals, which is nice, because that's one of the only ways to kill Terminators at this point.
Yeah.
And you get Devout Push, which isn't great, but it is something. Like, moving Terminators 3 inches out of phase is more than half of their normal move, so, like, pretty good.
You're basically paying a CP to get +3 move.
Yeah. And then you can give them the mini relics. So you could have... Ignore AP 1 and 2 is not great, but -1 damage, I think, would be pretty good.
Yeah.
And you can take the Fist of Balthus
Yep.
with your shooty squad. So if you bury that in a 10-man shooty squad, they'll never get to it.
Yeah.
And that guy will just wreck people.
That's cool.
He's just gonna punch. And he only punches with his left hand, because that's the only hand he has. The other hand's a bolter.
Well, there's a hand that holding the bolter.
Nope.
Oh.
You just whack somebody across the head with a bolter. Gas up your bolter and whack someone across the head with it.
Your bolter.
I think bolters need a ripcord.
Yeah. Oh god, he's just like flailing.
Not
around.
even doing anything. You just like runs the.
It just pushes it like uncontrollably around.
Just idles a motor. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Ogre Barbarian.
Oh, what's up, man?
Hey,
Thank you.
Titans, have been waiting for changes with bated breath. I'm excited about the changes to the orcs.
I'm sorry, hold on. Adrian is clarifying. The question we just did,
Yeah.
relic Terminators.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were talking about normal,
No.
because Tartaros and Cataphracti have different loadouts.
Yeah. Well, but they have more optionality. So here, pass me the book.
This book?
Yeah. So
You sure you don't want Necrons?
I mean, I kind of do.
Yeah, it turns out the best option is going to be not Doomstalkers.
I can't.
One of the only things in the
so
book that's not
upset.
core now.
I'm so
That's actually
upset.
really funny.
I'm writing to my local representative.
Do you think the Reanimator's a vehicle? I'll bet it is. I'll bet the Reanimator has core.
No, it won't be, if they are not. Anyways, I knew we were talking about relic Terminators, but I believe that basically just means you have flexibility within the squad, so you can mix them. So if that's what you're asking, like, should you mix them or not? Let's take a look. Yeah, they come with the Combi Bolter Power Fist, so they come as the shooty variant. Yeah. Any number of models can each have their Combi Bolter replaced with Lightning Claw.
Yep.
1 claw.
So you can have Fist Claw.
Each can replace their Power Fist with a Chain Fist,
Fist.
Lightning Claw. You
Yep.
can do the Double Claw.
Or you do Chain Fist.
And, oh, these guys can't take the shields at all. Okay.
Neither Cataphracti nor Tartaros can traditionally take Storm Shields.
Right.
When they do,
I see.
it's because they're a special Terminator in Horsehairs.
Oh, I see. Adrian, you have specifically naming.
1 claw and 1
Yeah.
Combi Bolter.
So I see.
Is that a legal loadout?
Adrian has 1,000,000 Terminators, but he wants even more Terminators, it sounds like. But the relic ones, I'm thinking, is what he's saying here.
Well,
Let me know if we have that wrong.
So the relic ones are not amazing.
No, well,
They're very expensive.
are they more expensive? Really?
But they're cool. I mean,
We have-
it sounds like he's built.
No.
Listen, Adrian Smart has already acquired 60 Terminators. At this point, he's all in. He wants as many Terminators as possible.
That's true.
And so he wants to know how to kit the relic ones out.
Well, that's dependent on which type you have. Because relic is actually a consolidation of 2 kits.
Right.
And the 2 kits don't build the same thing.
Okay, so let's see. The 6 Terminators I have are already built. Asking about relic Terminators.
Yeah.
Reanimator does get core.
Sidebar.
Like 1 claw and the Combi Bolter.
Why would the Reanimator get core and the Doomstalker doesn't get core? That's so good.
my God.
GW is clearly trolling specifically Adrian.
yeah.
It's just a targeted attack.
You should feel attacked.
Yeah, so he got gifted the Age of Darkness box, and he doesn't play 40k. Okay.
Age of Darkness, that's the Horse Heresy board game.
No, it's the
box set.
It's the Horse Heresy box that you built 2 of.
Yeah.
Oh, that
You know,
box.
it's also
oh.
it's a miniature game actually.
Okay, but that has 10 Cataphracti in it.
Yes.
Which, okay, now we know they're Cataphracti, not Tartaros. That is an important distinction. Those 2 kits build different things.
Double lightning claws.
They do build double lightning claws.
Because they look
And definitely do that. They look amazing, as almost every Legion.
Double Lightning Claws on Terminators always looks good.
It's awesome.
I especially like these guys because they like the claws are so like sexy, and like
Yeah.
they have the little epaulette
Yeah.
frills. It's just like
Yeah.
But it's made of ceramite. That's the weird thing. They put like
what?
Yeah,
So that's like
ceramite
stiff.
frills.
They're like ching 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 ching
I
ching.
think so.
No.
I don't think they're real.
Why wouldn't they be real? No, they're real. That's like leather. That's leather. No.
I don't know.
No.
Anyway, my biggest
Yeah,
complaint
yeah,
when we're talking about old Terminators is the Night Lords Terminators don't have lightning claws. They should. They have fancy chain blades.
Okay. Wait, what does that have to do with this?
We were just talking about Terminators with lightning claws and how cool they are.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was my big
But for
complaint.
Black Templars, because we stated a couple loadouts. That
Double
we like.
lightning claw.
These guys
We
do
heard-
double lightning claws. Okay, sounds
Yes,
good. I'm just reiterating.
they're so good.
But you know, it's
Yeah.
it's tough. Like Terminator weapons, like every few years as it
It just keeps changing.
changes.
Yep.
So this is why, though, Adrian Smart has 60 Terminators probably.
Probably.
He's set.
Templars do love their Terminators.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
cool.
All Terminator army is pretty cool, actually. Okay, thank you, Ogre Barbarian. Hi, Titans. I've been waiting for changes with bated breath. I'm excited about the changes to the orcs, less so about Custodes, but I still feel like all chaos is my big winner this go. 7.
7.
Ta-da.
What do you guys think? Big
Orcs
win.
look amazing.
They're very happy boys. So we started with last week where we got the Nephilim secondaries, which are amazing,
Very
really
good.
good. Then we saw
Points drops.
points drops.
Mm-hmm.
All infantry basically went down 1. A lot of the new stuff like the rig and the beast boss on Squigosaur all basically had their points almost reverted, which is great. And then finally today they adjusted the melee wall to also give you extra strength on the first round, a 5-up invul in the first round, and a 6-up on the second round. So good. It's quite spicy. And between all those things, I think they're still not a top army, but they are definitely playing the game now. and I think it's great. It's exciting. It's time to start playing with stuff.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the lists that are coming out of it already are looking like they're going to be, frankly, look like real armies, you know?
Yeah.
I was even talking with Ben Jurek, and he's like, I think I'm actually going to put Ludas in my list now.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Because it's like
For the action?
for the action. Because, so I was using Grots,
Yeah.
which are good, but for like 20 points more,
Okay.
you could just be Ludas that also shoot with a 2 damage gun.
So 5 Ludas versus 10 Grots. That's the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I buy that.
So it's like,
I buy that.
when you look at the math that way, it's interesting.
No, I
The
definitely
tough thing is, they're heavy support. And I still think you want battle wagons.
Yeah, and you only get 3 heavy support.
Yeah.
You 6 elites.
Although I was talking to our friend Mark Wynn.
You're just talking to everybody about orcs.
Yeah, kind of.
Getting excited.
And he's like talking about brigades, which gets you more slots.
Oh, building up to a brigade, you need 6 troops.
You need 6 troops.
You know what's so fascinating
that,
about
though.
that is in a world of post-Tau points changes, I have been taking 6 troops.
Yeah.
This last game you and I played, I took.
Yeah.
So it could be a brigade.
I mean,
as
I
well.
don't need the slots.
But I
Because I
think
mostly Tau want to go another.
Tao's going to struggle to fill. You need 3 elites, 3 fast attack, 3 heavy.
Oh, you need a minimum of 3 on fast
On those
attacking.
ones too?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a challenge now.
that's
Wait,
true.
what's the minimum
In
on
any case.
elites?
3.
And
And that goes 3 to 9 on a brigade. You can have 9 elites.
Oh, I didn't
in a
realize
brigade.
there were like minimums on.
Yeah.
Been
Yeah.
a while since I made
That's
that.
what makes brigades hard. Is you have to have 6 troops,
Oh, that,
3
that is
HQs,
true.
3 elites, 3 fast attack, 3 heavy. A brigade is like
That's like a
a
3,000
whole
per
army.
game.
Well,
Yeah.
For a guard, maybe.
For guard.
Yeah.
Orcs will do it by default. Like I'm already using up all my slots. It's 6 troops. It's a lot of elites. It's definitely 3 fast attack. It's definitely 3. Everything. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna. With my build, I'm never gonna fill heavy support, right? Well, broadsides. I had to take 3 individual broadsides.
or 3x3 and be a jerk.
Wait, which I guess I could do because broadsides don't really.
What benefit from being in a group? They do from
They have like 1 or
marker lights.
marker lights.
I've seen people do both, frankly.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know which one's better. So there you are, Ogre Barbarian. And we don't have to talk about Custodes. That's just,
Yeah,
that's
it's
sadness.
kind of just a bummer.
Yeah.
Thank you, damn it. This is a good one. Got my Horse Heresy and Loyalist books in today. Been reading the Imperial Fists and Blood Angel parts, and man, even after looking at their rules, I can't decide on which I want. Even more so because now Dark Angels and Space Wolves look amazing. Help me.
You know what's funny, Zach?
So we're all going to give him our recommendation and why. We're
know
going to give him a pitch. We're
you know
going to
what's
give
funny,
Damon a
Zach?
pitch. Yes.
They put Dark Angels in the wrong book.
He interrupted you for that.
I know. It's funny. I like that.
did.
I
That was
like
worth
that
it.
he did because I actually like him so tired of the Dark Angels of Chaos joke. But that
Comes back
That
around.
was good.
It made
That
it
was
new.
good.
Comes
Yeah,
back
it
around.
made it new again. It made it good. He did it. You did it. Okay. All right. Everyone's pitch. We know Adrian's pitch.
Blood Angels flying dreadnoughts.
your
Literal jetpack dreadnought.
That is
if
cool.
you like
That's pretty
if you like
compelling, actually.
dreadnoughts, if you like jump packs, then you should already be playing Blood Angels. But put them together, and now you're definitely playing Blood Angels.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty compelling. We saw him in Warhammer World, and he
The
looked.
jump pack dreadnought.
Yeah.
I also really like their jump pack troops for
Yes. Oh, they
Yeah.
look so cool.
It's
They're really cool.
flavorful. They're all flavorful.
Yeah.
they are. Yeah. They do a good job.
Fists are the best, and they're cool, and they look like the yellow. The reason the reason I started Fist was not for the lore. It was just the yellow and the black is so striking.
That
So
explains a lot. Also, people are saying your mic is, I don't know.
it's down again.
But that explains a lot,
mic's
Adrian.
down.
I think what happened, you chose them for the color,
Yeah.
and you just have to keep doubling down. You just have to defend
Yeah.
fists no matter
Yeah,
what.
because you're like, it's not an Adrian
Through
army.
thick and thin, you
Yeah.
have to defend fists.
Yeah. You gotta respect
You
that,
dug
man.
the hole so deep now.
I did. And then, well, I tried to walk it back at one point about a year or so ago. I said, Brian, it was when Marines were doing really well. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, you have to play Marines. And I was like, Brian, I'm thinking about putting like different logo, making them my own chapter, but keeping them yellow.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he's like, Adrian, if you do that, I will start collecting Imperial Fists because we have to have every chapter. And then I
threatened
was
you?
like, no, no. And so he like threatened me. And so here I am with my fists.
If you don't make fists, I'm going to make fists. And then Brian left
Yeah.
immediately.
But yeah, the paint scheme's amazing.
Yes. Jump Pack Dreadnought. Yes. Play Horus Heresy. It's a cool game. I'm sorry, I just cost you your income forever.
Sorry, Meg, we got it. Maybe.
I would say my pick of the ones you named, damn it, if I got back into Horus Heresy, if it turns out to be cool and people are playing and we want to get into it more, I will definitely do Space Wolves. I love the gray. I in general, like my favorite books were the Thousand Suns and Prospero Burns. I love the Space Wolves and this dichotomy and their rivalry, and I love their lore. I don't like him as much in 40K for whatever reason.
Just in general.
In general,
The 30K scheme is superior for sure.
it's gray, and I love like the Celtic shields.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the yellow,
And the yellow highlight.
gray.
It's really
And
nice.
just like these packs, like, and they're different. They're unique. They're like a horde.
Right.
They're like the horde.
Really?
breed.
They are.
Yeah.
What?
Like you almost never take Terminators.
Yeah.
That's
in,
cool.
in Heresy, they're all. It's like a guy in armor and like Mark 4 or Mark 3 or whatever. No helmet, or sometimes a helmet.
But usually not.
Usually not. A Celtic shield and like an axe.
That's cool.
It's so cool. And they're like gray and red and bone.
And they have
Gray, red,
snow
and bone
bases.
looks so. Yeah, snow bases.
It's true to
dope.
lore. They just like ambush people, totally outnumber them. It's never a fair fight. They're just here to kill you and get out.
They don't do anything
God.
special. They don't really like shooting. They just like run around and
punch
smash
people,
things. Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're like the Beast Claw Raiders.
Yeah.
yeah. I love a good horrifying coming from the Arctic smashing force.
Still waiting for this like sneaky Zach that he promised me like 2 years
sneaky
ago.
Well,
Tau.
it goes
He plays Sneaky
it
Tau.
goes two ways. Very
Yeah.
like anything I do when I start playing like either
Yeah.
goes to sneaky or like just run and smash into people.
Middle of the road is boring.
Yeah, it's nice to have like a.
I agree.
I don't like subtlety. One or the other.
Unless subtlety is the thing.
Then you be non-subtle about your subtleness.
Yeah.
Which is sort of like Sneaky Tau.
Sneaky
They're
Tau.
like
Did I think I sold him on Blood Angel. Did I? I
no,
can't- it's
no.
so hard to read.
Well,
He said the yellow is so nice. So thanks for asking.
damn it, it's not even here.
Damn it, it said
why
that.
can't I read? Yeah, damn it, it's right there. What are you talking about?
Damn it, it literally said that.
That
Oh,
was.
yeah, I see.
Are we all old?
Well, the camera's in my way.
Man, this is why I wear collared shirts.
I think you should just clip it to your lip.
Yeah, I was thinking he was gonna do it. I was like, oh god. It's prepared to be disturbed. Okay,
so bad.
moving on. I'm very excited about this super chat because we know this guy. Thank you, Hamsterdam.
Hey.
Hey, Titans. Been a minute. Got COVID at BAO. Just now catching up with work. Got some videos to watch. What do you think of the Hail of Doom change? Listen, we hung out with Amsterdam at BAO. I don't know how we have kept getting lucky and not getting COVID. I don't know how this
I think,
happened.
Zach, to be honest, before we even started the channel, I think I had COVID.
Oh, that's right.
Like, very beginning of COVID, I think I had it.
At LVO.
Because we all
No.
went to LVO. We all,
Oh.
I didn't go.
You didn't go to LVO?
Yeah, that was the year
2019?
Adrian
It was
didn't
the
go.
one I didn't, which is a good
Yeah.
thing.
I don't think I got it from LVO, but I think I did have COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering, damn it, we had damn it,
Amsterdam.
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 We haven't heard from them a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering because we hadn't heard from you for a little while, so hopefully you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Lots to
rough.
catch up on for sure.
Yeah, I'm really curious. Yeah, send me a message. Actually, I know I'm going to Irvine, and if I'm going by myself, I might change what days I come, depending on when Adrian can go.
Is this the
And
Old Town Throwdown?
This is Old Town
Where we're
Throwdown.
gonna share a room.
Yeah, if you don't go,
Then you're
or if you do go,
share a room with Amsterdam.
No, he can't go. He has like a family event.
Okay.
Where are you going?
He lives down there.
Okay, so
He can't go. He has a family event. But I was gonna be like, hey, let's try to get a game in the day before, or like Thursday
okay.
before. or
Now
something.
understand where
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
going with
because
this.
you're not going, damn it, I want to make sure.
Hamsterdam.
Not damn it.
Gosh darn it!
Because you're not picking Imperial Fist.
I think I'm just
damn
gonna put my mic back in my shirt.
it. Back on my lip. Back on my teeth. Flip it to your teeth.
Oh no! No!
That gets you. Huh?
Oh,
That's
so
rough.
gross.
That's bad. Me
Anything
too.
scraping on teeth really messes me
Oh
up.
man.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did you have that dream where you just get hit in the teeth with a baseball bat?
No.
That sounds bad, but it's
bad.
not
It's a
scraping
con.
teeth bad.
Yeah.
Anything scraping teeth really just gross.
I'd rather have my teeth knocked out.
I know.
For me, it's touching cotton. I hate touching cotton.
Hail of Doom. What do we think?
Wearing a cotton shirt right now.
Oh, but this is a little bit better. Like paper towel, it's horrible.
Okay.
It's just I don't like thinking about it. It's horrible.
That's the thing.
I hate it's getting worse as I get older too.
I like how Adrian and I both freaked ourselves out.
Yeah, it's horrible. Okay. Hail of Doom. So big change.
Yeah, the big change.
Hail of Doom was and still is one of the far-flung craft world attributes,
Yep.
and it is unmodified hit rolls of a 6, automatically wound, and they count as a 6, which means you're going to proc the rending. This is only for shuriken weapons, by the way. So it gives you the extra AP for free, 2 AP. Now, the change is it is now all-consuming, to use the Drakari word, which means you can't pair it with Masterful Shots. Anything, but mostly Masterful Shots, which is ignore cover. So what do you guys think this means?
I mean, I was actually gearing up to start playing my Sime Han using Hail of Doom and not Masterful Shots, but the ward protection and
Yeah.
the 6-up invuln.
Wow, sorry.
It looked fun.
Yeah.
And I'm probably still going to play them with some other far-flung combination, or maybe Sime Han's kind of okay again. I don't know.
No, it's not.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. Probably maybe stick with Sneaky Towel. I don't know for me.
We're of two minds
but,
about this.
yeah.
We were talking about this earlier. You think that's a big problem for it?
For Eldar? Yeah, I think Eldar are going to struggle now. I think that they were only competitive by sort of abusing a certain playstyle, and they would just outmuscle you. They'd be like, okay, cool, I'm just going to punch you until you can't be punched anymore, and then by default I win. They were never really good at holding objectives or playing a trading game. They were kind of just like hiding behind buildings, and then shooting you, and then hiding behind buildings. And because you can't interact with them, they just kill you fast enough that they win. But it was not like they had an amazing win rate. They were like over 55 probably.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Well, Halo Doom specifically was like pretty borderline problematic.
But it wasn't like Yanari in terms of we'll just kill you until you're dead and we win every time. It wasn't like consistently winning every game.
Yeah.
So now I think if they can't just punch you out, what do they do?
Yeah.
Like how do they play this game?
I think that's fair. I think the Halo Doom nerf isn't the end of the world in and of itself. Like you're getting an extra AP, which I think punishes things like the bikes and regular Guardians because you're basically only AP 3. But like a Dire Avengers, which started AP 2, going to 4 is fine.
So stupid.
Doesn't need to be AP 5, but I think these other changes impact them more. The points increases, losing to the
Points
last
increase is the
huge.
thing, I feel like, yeah.
There's
They have
other
to
things.
take secondaries to play the game
To
now.
the last, like Swooping Hawks, Baharoth was just an auto 15, except for when I played them. But it's a big change.
Yeah.
So
It feels I want to spend some time to get back into the book, but it does feel very like there are hardcore winners and losers, and the winners feel I haven't been enjoying playing the winners.
Right.
The losers are and a combination of the winners seem more fun to play. So it feels a little bit like you're punished for playing the cool stuff. The winners are cool too. I mean, thematically, but like the play style's not always what I'm looking for.
been
It's a
tough
personal
thing
thing,
lately.
yeah.
That was honestly something that got me down the last few months, where it was like, oh cool, Harlequins are good. Like took the Void Weavers to like one event, and it's just like this. I don't feel accomplished.
It's not
you know?
satisfying.
And it was a similar thing with some of the other builds. You know, I don't
Yeah.
blame people for running them, but it just didn't feel. I don't know.
Doesn't feel legitimate.
It is nice to see how often though they're like changing things and addressing it more than they used to.
Yeah.
So it's cool. So like whatever's not good, you know. And look, it's not something in an expensive hobby people want to hear, but it's a good reason to have a couple armies, you know. And you get to spend time with one for a while. Oh, I'm in my Adrian's about to be in an orca era of his 40K, which is good for you, right? That's fun.
To my credit, I was in a
You were. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're slowly
kind of
turning
always an orc.
he's slowly turning into an orc grognard. He can't touch paper towels anymore. He can't touch cleaning products anymore. It is gonna accelerate.
I'm gonna start wearing shorts no matter what weather it is.
Right, currently we're the
Shorts and sandals, definitely.
Shorts and sandals,
Shorts
yeah.
and sandals.
That's definitely an orc player thing.
And a shirt that's like 3 sizes.
Are you gonna
too
be that
large.
guy that starts yelling WOG at
like shirts.
the tournaments?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I like doing it at the big events. At small stores, it's very uncomfortable.
No, that's how you cross over.
That's how you cross over.
Yeah.
You're like,
You become the orc grognard.
He's like, if you
You'll be
wanna
in the
be-
grocery store wine soon. Clean up on aisle 5. We have an insane person.
yeah.
Thank you, Kyle.
Hey.
So let's have Necron week, and because they add core to everything with new stratagems, have they fixed Necrons, or did they just put another Band-Aid on it? Necron week, thoughts?
It's a big Band-Aid, but like it's pretty good.
It's a big bandit.
The book needs a rewrite, but this is like at this point it's almost rewritten.
It's hard to imagine that they're still bad.
Right?
That's hard for me
Right?
to visualize.
Are Necron players okay? We should ask Graham. Graham, are you okay? It has been a wild ride for you, my friend. It's for every Necron player. And it hasn't been all bad. It's been good. It's like they have gone through
Yeah.
quite a whirlwind since this book has come out, more than any other book, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I think we should always be checking in on Necron players.
let's check in.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
check in on their Necron guy in their group. Make sure
Yeah.
he's okay. She's okay.
Yeah, I feel like they've really been bullied by GW for as long as I've played 40K.
Yeah.
They've kind of just been getting the bad end of the deal for a long time.
But you know what?
Yeah.
They've had, so in 2011, they just had an incredible model release. And then they've had like 2 other model releases. They've had so many amazing models released.
yes.
Models wise, they've just, and not even that. I will say this. First of all, there's a Necron on the front of the book. We were talking about how that never happens.
Yeah.
They've been being turned into like the poster bad guys,
Right.
which is really cool. For like the video they released where like the sister
Yeah.
and Necrons are fighting. They're in. Yeah, I think they've been weirdly in every other way.
That's why it's weird
the
that
McFarlane toy, like in every other way, it's
Yeah.
like here they
I mean,
come.
the Indominus box, they're part of the launch.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's not Orcs, that's not Chaos Space Marines, that's Necrons.
That's Necrons, yeah.
So GW wants to like them. That's why it's the funny thing. If anyone thinks that there's like malice behind this.
Well, no, that is
Yeah.
what happens to
Yeah.
that is what happens to the unit that comes out with Space Marines. Like Chaos players are like, okay, Necron players, you can complain about this, like, but you've
Your turn.
Nobody
yeah.
wants to be in that box set with Space. Nobody wants to be in that video release. Look what happens to that Necron. Those Necrons. Like nothing happens to the sisters and the Space Marine. All these Necrons are just getting blown away.
That's amazing.
Well, what I will say, circling back to the origin of this question, what I will say is if this didn't fix Necrons, I don't think anything can other than a rewrite.
They've basically given us everything we've asked for and more at this point.
Like massive points reductions, and everything just does its thing now. Like you have Doomsday Arcs hitting on 2s rerolling. What other than changing all their profiles, what can make Necrons
Protocols
work now?
do everything we ask them to do and more.
Yeah.
An extra protocol. It's just like, yeah.
Graham says he's okay.
That's good, Graham. That's good. I'm glad.
I'm glad, Graham.
Yeah. Silent King is silly now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. That's
Yup.
going to be fun.
Thank you, LOL Chaos 13.
Hey.
Hot take: Alpha Legion Baja Baleful Tomb Blast. They are almost a Baja Blast color.
Oh,
What is the rest of it? Baleful Tomb?
Baleful Tome. Sorry.
Tome.
Home.
What is that? I don't know what
Baleful
that is.
Tome. What is?
Oh, we never did the community.
We didn't do the
Corner.
But he one thing I do remember from looking at it, he has every mark they showed that he has all the marks. He has all the
Yes.
marks.
That's cool.
That's awesome. That's
He's just
awesome.
like, everybody likes me.
Baja Blast Baleful Tome. Well, whatever that means, I like it.
Hot take.
Sorry.
I haven't seen a super chat from LOL Chaos 13, but he's just like jumping in with hot take.
That's
Like,
good.
He's just like naming all the things. Hot take, Baja Blast. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, LOL Chaos. Chaos Summer is underway. It's heating up.
Yes.
It is heating up.
Oh man. Ugh. Yeah.
Things are getting spicy.
Thank you, Arcanos. With a lot of flyers coming down in points, are they more worth taking? I love my Blood Angel Storm Raven, but will I still be risking too many points?
Probably, right? Fortunately.
What other than Space Marine flyers? Like, what flyers actually came down?
The AdMech ones come down?
I doubt it.
That's too dangerous.
Yeah,
I
don't
think a
they would
Razor
do
Shark
that.
is 25 points now. You can get, you can
Still
swap
not
out,
taking it.
You can swap out a Kroot Hound.
Yeah.
A mid Kroot squad.
The Storm Raven is also a very expensive flyer, you know. That's the main thing with it. Like there are like the Orc flyers are still good, frankly, but they're cheap. Well, that's not true. They're either cheap or they're good. Because the Wise Bomb is expensive, but it actually was still getting run.
Yeah.
The Storm Raven is even more expensive, and frankly does even less.
They're like what? Flyers are great because they're like, oh, I'm being made to go first. Here's my first turn. Secure. It's almost like but that's sort
That's
of.
my problem with them too, because if you don't go first,
It's like cool.
you
I'm going
can't hide.
second, but like here go my flyer.
Well,
now we
you
don't have
just-
a flyer,
I don't know. I think you reserve them.
yeah.
which sucks.
It does suck.
Because then the whole point of them being maneuverable doesn't matter, because you're like coming in 9 inches away from someone.
Right. And then dying. And then getting blown out. This guy.
You
And
never
that's why I
move
didn't
a
like
flyer.
bringing the Waz bombs, because it's like, look, they're good, but it's just, I find the entire game is sucked up by me deciding if I'm going to spend X amount of CP to reserve my flyer just to keep them alive for the turn to do their thing. And
Listen,
it's
it's gonna be a crazy rule, and it's gonna sound crazy, but it'd be cool if they had a rule if you could only take 2 anyway. Like if you get to go first, they just like come right in. It's almost like pull them for reserve. Here they are.
That will
But-
only ever be abuse.
Well, it's about what we said. Like they're still gonna die in your opponent's first turn. You're gonna go. You're gonna do your thing, and then they're gonna die. And if you go second, now they're stuck in reserve.
interesting.
It's not. I mean, I don't know how all the AdMech flyers are crazy nasty, right? So like
Yeah.
So this is a harpy. Like there's
things would have to be
the
changed otherwise, right?
problem. So I like what your solution does for the bad flyers. Problem is the bad flyers still won't be played, and now the good flyers are just good again.
It's a weird concept that would have to be fleshed out beyond just what I'm saying.
I maintain flyers never should have been in the game. They should be taken out.
No, that's not true. They're so cool. They're
I
too
maintain
cool.
that they're in the game, and
Yeah.
we can't do anything to change that.
And they're
But
cool.
were they a mistake?
No, I say no.
No, no, not a mistake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
I just don't think they've ever really been handled correctly.
Right.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
is hard. It is hard.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very hard for them to figure out how to do this.
It's the classic game design risk reward question of like, you could make the perfectly balanced game, just make everything symmetrical. But it's pretty boring, right? And so by introducing flyers, you're introducing this new aspect to the game that can make it more interesting, but there's more potential for things to go wrong, to get misdesigned, and then break the game, right? So I maintain that if it was well designed, it could be fine, but I don't know that they've ever found the way to design them. I'm sure it could be done.
The Necron flyers are core now. You can veil. You can veil the Necron flyer
Why would you fail a flyer?
so that it dies immediately because it didn't move.
You just fly there.
Listen, I haven't played in a very long time, but I will say,
Good way to start.
no, Arcanos. I was going to say that if you love flyers, honestly, get into Aeronautica. It is such a fun game.
Okay.
It is crazy fun.
It is a good game.
It's
cool.
you sit down, you can play. It's just crazy. It's a crazy good time.
I have a complaint about Aeronautica, but it's not really a valid complaint. They only gave Custodes one flyer.
I saw they got a flyer. I've been like,
only got
I
one.
need to catch up, man. I've not
Slacking.
caught up. Yeah. Thank you, Connor. So happy for Death Guard. My list I ran at BAO has dropped by over 150 points. I finally get to follow my dream of a Plague Marine squad that could deal 84 damage in one fight phase. Time for Haze of Corruption.
Yes.
84.
84.
Whoa.
84.
Let's chill out there.
They do get pretty crazy because you can, like, everything just has a million special weapons.
Right. You can put like the cleaver and the flail and
Plasma and a launcher and a flamer, and they're like so specific. It's like literally, oh, and one guy can have an axe and a sword.
Right.
You're like, what?
like
I found a couple. We have a couple.
Well, it's from the
swords.
box, right?
Exactly.
It's from.
there just was a model at one point in time that didn't know what he was doing. He just picked up two things and was like, ah.
I'm honestly kind of into it.
Rules writers.
Yeah.
That's where you see like they do this in Sigmar, right? Where rules writers
Yes.
down the road, it's like spears, axes, and random motley assortment of weapons.
Yeah.
And it's like that guy back in 1994 that thought it was so cool that he had this spear and an axe. Like, what are we ever gonna do with that?
There's a guy with a broken bottle.
Motley assortment of weapons. Like, this is what we're calling it.
So true. Yeah, we're excited, and we will be playing Death Guard on Saturday with Plague Marines. It's gonna be cool.
With special weapons.
Oh, that'd be funny. Yeah, we're just gonna try and make it.
All bolters,
we
sorry.
actually don't have any.
It's
sorry.
just- I still think it's the best.
Yeah.
Bolts are clearly the best weapon.
Well, so Shane, who collects Death Guard, he's a relatively recent Death Guard player, and he was like, does anybody know any bits sites? I'm like, look, you need to buy literally all the weapons. It's going to be cheaper to just buy the box again.
Buy the new box.
There's no
yeah.
good solution to buy, like, it's literally like 10 special weapons, which is going to be the price of the box.
Yeah, because it is the majority of the box.
It's the majority. You're not buying the minority there. You're buying most of the box.
Yeah.
Nicholas points out you can spawn a Necron flyer out of a monolith. I'm into that.
Whoa!
Yes!
You can bring the Silent King out of the monolith.
I think the sites, the flyers, it makes sense. Because it's like, you know, when you're trying to like get a piece of furniture into a room that doesn't fit, and you have to like go around the corner.
Yeah,
That's how the sites do. They come spinning from the other end of the portal, and they go.
Oh yeah, they're like.
Yeah.
It's like a boomerang.
They bang around
and it
it.
just.
I think, like, honestly, like, visually what
yes.
would be cool is, like, just, like,
No,
the
that.
door. That's, like, goofy cool. Visually, like,
It's
the
the only
door,
way to fit
the
it
door
through.
opens and it just, like, starts assembling the flyer. Like, it's just, like, the little bolts are
Yeah,
coming
that's
out.
like
It's
lame.
Yeah, it's like an MCU way to do it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Like
was
Marvel would do that.
thinking. Yeah.
Whoa, I
but-
did a Marvel?
The
You did a
low
Marvel.
budget.
He doesn't know that.
I did a Marvel thing?
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
But the low
I'm
budget
cool.
studio would
I'm
have
cool now?
the low budget studio would have a model of the plane and they would spin it and then they would cut the camera so it's behind something as it goes through the portal. And then they have it coming out.
Okay, I might watch some Marvel movies now.
Hey, Doctor Strange. Oh, you're not gonna get any of the references. Never mind.
watch it.
Don't,
That's
Zach,
literally every Marvel.
don't watch
movie.
any of the movies. I
Should
regret
never have said
telling
that.
you
Do you have 3 years?
What's that?
Do you have 3 years?
Do I have 3 years?
to watch exclusively Marvel movies
No.
because that's what you would have to do.
I've been using Marvel movies as an insult. Like, I'll say something like when my niece is out, who doesn't really like Marvel movies, she'll be like, "What'd you say?" I'm like, "I bet if I was a Marvel movie, you would have paid attention."
That's pretty good, actually.
She's like, "I don't even watch those." Thank you, Connor, and thank you, Cedrutz. Pure copium.
What?
What is this like a thing? Is that like a Latin phrase? Or was it just a typo?
I don't know.
Should you be saying this word out loud?
I don't know. I don't. Everything's up for question. I almost watched you clip a mic to your lip earlier today. But Storm Raven Gunship got a points buff, and so did the Repulsor Executioner. The meme list building options increase.
Yes. Well, I wonder how much the Executioner went down.
Not enough.
Yeah, that's true. But it's cool.
It's a flawed kit.
Yeah,
cool.
could you make a really cool Iron Hands list with these two?
Oh, don't tell Brian. Don't tell
He'll
Brian.
come back just to play 2 Repulsor
We
Executioners.
have a
He'll
fifth
come
one
back.
we've never played too. Just
Really?
saying. It's at my house. Back when I played Iron Hands. Yellow Hands.
Yellow Hands. Excuse me, guys. And thank you again, Connor. Oh sadness for my ad mech, but maybe I can finally run 3 groups of 20 Fulgurites with 3 teleports from Lucius. 1 relic, 1 strat, 1 warlord trait. Why must my Cataphrons suffer? Cataphrons have been like, well, they got like good.
The what?
again, right?
I'm not. No, we're not gonna.
Cataphrons, sorry.
No,
Okay.
we're not gonna.
We're not gonna.
We're not gonna what?
Okay, so never mind. No,
Cataphrons?
no,
Cataphrons. Sorry.
we're not.
Sorry, I guess I'm not cool with Marvel.
Can't.
My Marvel thing didn't.
I can't come up with an actual response to the question if we keep talking about cataphrons.
Cataphrons.
What?
Not that funny.
How are
but
we
it's really
supposed
funny.
30 Fulgurites teleporting
3 groups of 20 Fulgurites with 3 teleports
60 Fulgurites?
from Lucius, and then
That's amazing.
I feel like you climbed into the rafters of a dark warehouse at night,
Yeah.
and you're waiting for somebody to walk under you so you can jump on them.
Oh my god.
That's it.
What a look.
You're just waiting.
I know what is
You're here
today.
to really ruin somebody's day. Right?
Earlier you brought up murder. What is with you today? That look is just so visceral.
Yeah, look, I'm excited. The changes to AdMech were exciting because they were one of the few things that were a real walk back. They weren't just points that got walked back. They were the changes to the Sidonian, all the Dragoons, the Sidonian stuff. So they gave them core back. They made the auto pass morale not once per game anymore.
Yep.
And there was one other one that they walked back as well. When I say walk back, they're not like, oh, we made a mistake. They're literally like, yeah, the game's changed,
Right.
and now we can take this away. And it was like the perfect example of the balanced data slate doing what it's designed to do, which is be like this shifting document that kind of fixes everything and kind of adjusts.
It's a balance
everything.
patch.
It's a balance. It's like an adaptive balance patch. It's not,
Which is great.
it's great.
That's great. I agree, yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's enough for AdMech because they're in a tough spot right now. I don't know that it makes 60 Fulgurites playable, but
Hey, it's really going to mess up one person.
60 Fulgurites.
Yeah.
I just like if they make the charge, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But I think don't they only do mortal wounds on guys that are in engagement range or something?
Look,
So
when you jump from the rafters,
We are in
Sometimes
engagement.
you miss.
We call that engagement range.
we call that an engagement range. Yeah. I wish they could advance the charge. Then I'd be super into this list.
just teleport and make your nines.
Just make your nines all day.
Thanks again, Damn It. Damn It and C. Drooch and Chris Brown went back and forth for a bit.
Okay.
Not Chris Brown. Sorry, it was just confusing. It's getting late. Okay, Damn It. Thank you, Damn It. You guys didn't need to know any of that. Thank you, Damn It. Bridger, there's this super cool Warhammer mod for Mount and Blade.
Oh.
2 that lets you play as a Necromancer. Mount and Blade 2
Okay.
Yeah.
can cast magic and raise skellies mid-battle.
That sounds really cool.
That's cool.
This is a video game thing.
This is, yeah. Mount
it's a
and
Marvel
Blade
thing.
is a game. No, it's not a Marvel thing. He'll believe you. Don't say that.
No, I
It is a
know.
video game. Mount and Blade.
That's not.
I really should go back and play Mount and Blade Bannerlord.
Now that they fixed
Because, yeah, I played it for like, I don't know, a day and a half when it first came out. And it was like really buggy. And I just wasn't, also didn't feel like a complete game.
It wasn't.
Wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
I never went back. So I got to go. There's a lot of games that I really should go back. Early access is ruining video games. I'm sorry. This is a large topic to
Okay.
be unveiling at probably 11 p.m. But
Yes, that's right. It's exactly 11 p.m.
but I just I think that needed to be said, that early access is ruining video games.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go on.
No,
I was
no,
actually
no.
kinda
It's 11
excited
p.m.
because you've been, I don't know, you've been with it with the hot takes today. I was like, oh boy, this is going to be good. All right. Another time, chat. Thank you, Chris Brown. Wontons made for noise marines turn. It does say wontons. Chris. I'm gonna read this. I think it might have been autocorrect, but I'm not sure what it's supposed to be.
It could be wanton. Wanton.
Wontons made for noise marines turned one of their heavy sonic.
It's wanton destruction.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chris. It's
There's
just
the new mechanic that is
Okay.
like exploding sixes for certain things. So,
turns 2 of their assault weapons,
yeah.
and then you can use it all 5 rounds.
Okay, so what we're talking about
Yes.
is Death of the False Emperor became wanton destruction.
Okay.
And instead of, it's like Space Marine doctrines, which give you an AP. Instead of that, it gives you exploding sixes with different weapons in different phases. That's what they're saying here, is what happens in the different phases. Seems good for Noise Marines. Yes, it does seem good for Noise Marines. Noise Marines seem good.
Yeah, look. I'm very excited for Noise Marines.
They're cool.
I'm very excited, Chris. And look, tune in on Saturday, and I have lots of thoughts to share. And big parts of it are related to things that haven't been revealed yet. So there we are.
Boy, I hope Wonton Destruction has been revealed.
The only reason I realized it is because something similar happened the other day, too.
With Mel.
No, with
This
you.
seems like a Mel thing.
No, it was a you thing.
Me
actually.
again? Okay.
Yeah.
We know this guy. Thank you, Liam.
Oh, what's
Liam
up,
MC.
Yep.
Megan texted me. She's like, "Oh, great! Now the Brits are waking up."
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Why is Liam awake at 7 a.m.? Liam, go back to sleep.
That's like doesn't he have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And?
This guy.
Go back to sleep. What are you
guy.
doing?
He's yeah.
Thank you,
Oh, he's a morning
Liam.
person.
How are my favorite people doing? How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Hey, we're doing all
Yeah,
right.
we're good.
We're making it. We're getting there.
It's late for us.
Liam, have you seen the 1,000 pages of Horse Heresy rules? Because that's all I've been doing for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
Just trying to learn how to play that game.
Yeah, didn't he post I know that was Vince. Oof. Sorry, Liam.
Did Vince post a Horse
confusing
Heresy
you
game?
with Vince. Vince posted some of his first Horse Heresy stuff that he painted.
Oh, painted. Okay.
Painted.
Because like if he learned how to play Horse Heresy faster than we did, that's
bad.
shameful for us.
Yeah.
Not that it came out wrong. He's a magic person first.
Look, if that guy can learn the rules.
No.
Anyways, this is about Liam, not Vince.
Hi, Liam. Miss you.
Yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great. We're great. It's a busy week.
So overwhelmed, I think.
You and I are going to go live again in 13 hours.
Yep. Which I'm actually very excited for.
I'm excited. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the new GHB. It's gonna be wild.
Wish I could watch.
It'll be fun.
You can watch.
No, I have meetings, man. I have like a job.
What?
It's a bummer.
This is our job.
Keep saying this like it.
I'm gonna be in management
You
soon,
keep
and
saying
that
this like we're
scares
gonna
me.
believe you. We're gonna. Yeah.
That scares us too.
Just doesn't seem right. Right? Like that. Somebody screwed up.
I'm so concerned. I want to talk to the people that you manage. Like in like a few
No,
months.
you'll be good. You'll be good. You're
man.
you're fairly patient. You're fairly nice. You'll be good.
That was almost a
I don't know
compliment.
where you came up with those ideas, but okay.
You're a very patient person.
No, I'm not. What? Where did you get that I'm patient?
Yes, I think you're a patient person. You don't think so?
Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? I'll take it.
Yeah, you're pretty patient.
Yeah, you're very patient. That helps a lot.
You only get gruff when people like know you.
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Maybe seething on
don't
the
care about
inside,
people.
but I don't. Like, I'm not patient, but I also just don't want to interact with people, so I don't.
Yeah, that sounds like a
That's
good.
kind of the secret, though.
Honestly, I think that's a good manager.
That's what patient. Well, that's also what patient.
limited interaction with the people working under you could be a good thing. You never know. I don't mean that as an insult, like you insulted, I guess, Vince earlier.
I didn't mean to insult Vince.
Well, you succeeded.
Thank you, Cedrus. Repulsor Executioner. Cedrus is really gonna build a meme list.
He's so into this.
He's so into this. And when the points change, he just like sees memes. Okay, here we
Yeah.
go. Repulsor Executioner is 300 points base now. So Tech Marine and Bobby G is prime meme list material. Take some assault jump packs to YOLO across the board.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Look, it's 1,200 points to run Gilliman and 3 Repulsor Executioners. Mm-hmm. And then
A bunch of assault jump packs.
I hate it.
you don't even need Tech Marines. I mean, they're good, but you don't need them.
You actually don't if you have Bobby G.
Like,
No, wait, they're not core. He doesn't give them all rerolls. He only gives them reroll once. Because they're not
so you
Necrons.
do need 3 Tech Marines. Yeah.
Or Necrons. Or you need
Necrons.
Necrons.
The Assault Marines thing is interesting because they are also very cheap. They're actually interesting. They're so cheap that even Art of War was talking about how you would almost take them.
Assault Marines. So they're like Vanguard vets, but they're not veterans, so they have 1 less attack.
Yeah, they're just budget ones, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the only difference, right? They just have 1 less attack.
I don't think you can give them the same loadouts.
Oh, not everybody can have a hammer.
Or I don't even know if you can give them lightning claws or shields.
What?
So, but they're like
What?
cheapo.
That's not the right book. That's not.
Toss
You
them in.
tricked me.
Oh, careful! That's Necron book. Oh, Necron book. Oh, Necrons.
Talking about attack bike squads, right?
No.
Assault squads.
You just said a different.
Assault jump packs. Yeah, assault.
Yeah.
Up to 2 Assault Marines.
One guy could have the Eviscerator.
Which is cool.
It's so
It's
cool.
just cool.
Yeah.
For every 5 models, 1 can have an Eviscerator.
Yes.
Oh, there is down
You can
there.
take pistols. Assault Marine Sergeant can have a melee weapon.
Wait.
The Assault Marine Sergeant's chainsword can be replaced with... Okay. Sergeant. Why do they keep talking about Sergeant? Shut up with the Sergeant.
Because nobody else can do anything.
Wow, so nobody can take anything cool. 2 people can get a plasma pistol or a flamer.
Yeah.
Huh.
Can they take meltas?
On what? No.
Just but
Flamer or plasma pistol and chainsword.
Such an old school kit.
Which is funny. Why didn't they just say replace the bolt pistol with the plasma pistol? They say you have to replace the bolt pistol and the chainsword with a plasma pistol and a chainsword.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
I like it. Anyways, they're actually interesting now. So
I mean, look, Siege Roots, this list is going to be fun.
For you.
And for him.
I think this is another climb up in the rafters style list. Where like most of the time you're going to fall on your face. But when you get somebody, it's going to be real good. You're going to get them real good.
so concerned about
he's making it. He's trying to make it a thing.
He's trying to make it
You're
a
gonna
thing.
walk into a dark warehouse.
And you're going to sit up there for, I don't know, an
Years,
hour,
maybe.
2 weeks.
But you'll be ready.
You'll be ready.
Yeah, Seedroots, I like your spirit.
Thank you, damn it. But do noise marines make the best wontons? Emperor's children are expert artists, and cooking is a form of art. But I also feel that salamanders could be better chefs.
Salamanders?
What space marines
Maybe.
are the best chefs?
The
The
best
salamanders are the masters of flame. I see where you're coming from.
Barbecue? They're like barbecue specialists.
You know who's really
Yeah, I
good?
get ribs from them.
Yeah, I'd give
You know who's really good with a microwave?
Yeah,
Don't.
I know. Oh, I know.
Don't.
Like a hot dog in there? Like a hot dog on a paper plate?
No, he wouldn't
With
do
his,
that.
with his Wonder Bread and
He
some
has it
mustard
to
on the
his
side.
science, dude.
No.
He's like 25 seconds on power level 7.
And then he's there,
Then
he's
you
like,
flip it over.
he's like standing a few feet away from the microwave, and like he's in the kitchen, and like I don't know, like Gilliman comes in is like to get something, like get milk out of the fridge, and Doran's like, oh, you gotta stand back a little bit from it because of radiation.
He has it to
And then
his
as soon as it
science.
beeps, he opens it up real quick. So opens it up real quick and puts that hot dog.
No, I think there's a chance that every time he reads the instructions and it says let it sit for a minute,
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
sure.
like,
Oh, sure.
oh yeah, definitely don't open the microwave for at least a minute. Like let it sit.
No, it's exactly a minute. No more, no less.
He sets a timer.
Timer.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
He
like,
goes up
like
to the
ready.
microwave and sets a timer
Yeah.
on the microwave.
yeah, he sets it on the microwave. He doesn't even use.
Gilman's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
oh my god.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, well, Siege Roots, or damn it, hopefully that answered your question. Best wontons, I don't know.
Oh.
Noise Marines would put something weird in them. They'd put like a person. They'd put like
It
a
would
thumb in
definitely
there.
the skin. Skin is the outside.
Yeah, they'd
And
be
then like an
weird
eyeball
about it.
inside.
Yeah.
That's how they would make.
I
it.
honestly probably would stick with salamanders. They probably make good food. Oh, I think Space Wolves.
No.
No, they eat things raw. Largely eat things
Some
raw.
Space Wolf things would be good, and other Space Wolf. That's like Norwegian food in general. Like some things are really good.
Yeah.
But then like some of their more traditional older dishes,
much.
like
I guarantee you, space wolves hunt those giant space whales and then bury them and let them
let them
ferment.
ferment,
And then
that, yeah.
literally 1,000 years later, they'll pull it out.
That
and
sounds
eat it.
good,
It's
though.
really gross.
I don't think they'll. Yeah, that sounds good. I was gonna argue points, and then I was like, what am I? What am I doing?
Why
to
am I-
argue about him burying a space whale, and like, what part of this? What singular part did I actually have a problem with? Like,
Thank you again, Connor.
hey, what's up? Connor?
Excited for the Sigmar game tomorrow. Love the Scave, and yes, they seem like such a fun mess. I want to do Pestilence monks with Molder beasts and like one Eshin murder rat.
Murder Rat. Dude,
Yes.
I'm very, very excited for them. They're such a cool, flavorful faction. I think someone the other day mentioned that they're basically, I don't know, someone said that they're basically Chaos Orcs, and they're 100% Chaos Orcs. They're very flavorful, and I love that the new book embraces having all the clans. Because that was like one of the problems before was like, there's all these clans and they all have cool things, but they're so divided. And it was like at the start of Sigmar where they're kind of like, oh, well, they'll be kind of separate armies, but everyone's going to have a very few units.
Right.
You know, and it's like, cool, you want to play Pestilence? You get 4 types of models, and that's like the whole list. And you couldn't really mix them unless you were doing Master Clan, which is what most people end up having to do anyways. And then, so the new book's very cool, very exciting. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this tomorrow, actually. quite a bit. And thank you, C49 Seeger. C49 Seeger. Do
up,
you think they will ever make a new box for Noise Marines? Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Definitely eventually.
Yeah.
But they did somewhat recently come out with individual new Noise Marines,
Oh, yeah.
which I know people were not happy
the
about.
guitar guy.
Because it was like
Guitar
a
guy?
collector.
Yeah, you're
like
not going to make a
$30
unit.
for one
You're not
guy?
going to make a
Yes,
unit,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, they will. They're going to look super cool when it happens. Look, I always say something like to my play group, I'll be like, eventually they're going to make plastic Vespid. Everyone's like, yeah, okay. I'm like, no, guys,
Well, no, that
eventually
one-
they will
No,
make plastic Vespid.
That one I think you might be wrong.
You think that, like, let's say you are in your late 20s, you're going to live another.
Counterpoint, Zach.
They're just going to never make it.
Look at how many units are legends.
Oh, I think.
Hundreds.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that with something like Vespid or Noise Marines.
Well, they're not going to do that with Noise Marines.
I don't think they would do it.
But I think Vespid they might. Those are still.
That's so weird. I honestly have to tell you that when people say that, I'm just like, I feel like those people are just being mean to like somebody who
No,
likes
it's just
Vespid.
it's like
Stop being mean to
a
him.
very popular faction, but not a popular unit within the faction. And there's a reason they never made a new kit. Like it's
If
still
they make a new
metal,
kit-
isn't it? You can only get metal.
If they make a new kit and they make its rules cool, people will buy that kit. Like
No, maybe.
they haven't like. Do people just hate Vespid conceptually? No.
No, they don't hate Vespid. It's just most people don't know they exist or care.
But okay. I'm looking at Adrian, but he's too tired. He's too tired to tag in here. Okay, I get it. Okay. Yes, of course they will. Like all of these things will be anything you can imagine.
He's talking about
they will
Noise
eventually
Marines.
make.
He's talking about Noise Marines.
Oh, okay.
Noise
not
Marines.
Vespid.
Back to
He's
Noise
talking
Marines.
about back to
They
Honest.
will do Noise Marines 100%. It's just, look, it's very clear they have announced that they're going to do the World Eaters, and that's going to be the big push. They seem to be, it's taken years and years and years. When they did the first one, when they did 1,000 Suns, it was like, oh, great. Going to get through these in the next few years. We'll have all of them. It's great. Here we are. Like, I don't even want to think of how many years down the road, but they are getting to them one at a time.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be World Eater's turn, and then it'll be our turn next with the Noise Marines. But in the meantime, buckle up.
And all of these lines have been incredible, right? Thousand Suns,
Oh,
Death
amazing.
Guard. They're going to be amazing. It's going to be worth the wait. Thank you, Richie Fernandez, who with this question is maybe my new best friend, my new Space Marine spirit animal. Hi, Titans. I bought the Horse Heresy box, but I can't decide between Thousand Suns or Alpha Legion. Which one do you think is more interesting? They are both more interesting.
Both very cool.
They're both super cool. Can't answer that.
I would say take a look at how you need to buy the Hereticus book. Either way, buy that book and take a look at the way psychic powers work for Thousand Suns. I have not looked at Thousand Suns. I have looked at the generic psychic powers and the psychic powers on some various assorted characters, because most people have custom psychic powers. But the way that psychic works for Thousand Suns is going to determine whether you like playing Thousand Suns. That's just a fact. Like that's a large portion of the way the army plays in every iteration of every game. So whether or not you like the way psychic works is going to determine whether or not you like Thousand Suns.
This is great advice. I kind of always tell people, for me, it's sort of like I want an army that knocks it out of the park on playstyle, visual, and then lore. Right? Is there any army that does that for you? And kind of go through those three. And what Bridger's saying is important because that's the one you'll have the least amount of information on currently.
Right.
You don't know, so you want to look and be like, do I want the psychic thing or do I want to do sneaky stuff or whatever?
That's a great point.
We
Bugs
did?
reminds us of the Vespid meme. Is
This a Vespid?
Why do you hate them so much? You're like, I don't think anything about them.
That was from when I said Watto. The way you could get a better Vespid model was
Go
to
buy
try to
Wattos.
find a Watto model.
And then I was at Disneyland and I found the Watto dolls. I was like, send a picture to everyone. Is this a Vespid? Oh, that's where John
I
is right now.
maintain, Zach.
There was a guy in the 90s like you and a guy in the 90s like me, and this guy in the 90s was like, do they ever think they'll make that stupid orange ape monkey thing with a digital finger laser into a bottle? And that guy, the you was like, no, they're gonna stop making that.
And they did, Zach.
No, they did. They made a new model.
He's saying before the model existed.
Yeah, that model came out. It's awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
It's a little monkey man with a laser.
Zip, zip.
He's in Grey Knights, right?
He is an Inquisition acolyte.
So Grey Knights?
Vaguely connected, but not the same faction.
He used to be.
If we get one for John, can we get him to take it?
Sure.
Wait, are Grey Knights not still a wing of the Inquisition? They're like a wing that's not...
No, so
They don't play by the rules?
Rules-wise, are they?
Grey Knights are, well, all three of those orders are kind of related. They are connected to the Inquisitions and the different branches. They are
Right.
separate, right? They used to be, the Demon Hunters used to be in one codex with Ordo Malleus
Right.
and the Grey Knights. Yep, and then
Yeah.
Sisters and everything. But now they're separated rules-wise, but that's just because you can splice them back in.
Right, so Grey
Inquisition
Knights are
rules.
still, like, lore-wise a part of the Inquisition.
Yeah. Nothing's changed lore-wise.
Yeah.
Just mechanically.
Zach, what are you doing?
You know what I'm doing. You know the mouse is weird, and we've got to get it looked at.
Take it to the mouth.
Get it licked at.
There we go.
Did we do it?
We did it.
Oh, we're done?
We're done.
Oh, that's what you were doing. We're
That's
done.
what I was doing.
You could have just said we're done.
I was hovering it over the end scene button. So it's AJ, so you guys are like, bye. And we sit here for like
Keep waving.
15 seconds.
As some people would say, it'd be more interesting.
Yeah.
Look, this has been a super fun day, super fun game.
Yeah.
We had some good discussions, some good talks, I might say.
This was a good talk.
And there's a lot more to come, honestly. We're going to be trying this new stuff over the upcoming days and honestly weeks. Tomorrow, again, we have Age of Sigmar at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so do join us for that. Saturday, we have, of course, the pre-order date for the Chaos Space Marines. We're going to be playing Death Guard with the new and improved everything. It's going to be awesome. And also this weekend, we're going to be releasing another video talking about something. So definitely keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. If you remember, don't forget, we have our members game on Tuesday, and you can vote to see what we're going to play.
Against Necrons.
No, it's not going to be against Necrons. Anyways, that's what's going to happen. So again, as always, thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate your time, your support, your love. Thank you. We'll catch you next time on the Tabletop.
Bye.